What a beautiful evening here in Arizona. You're watching the flyover right outside GCU Arena as folks gather today for a little pregame party, purple pregame party outside, a little tailgate before heading inside the GCU Arena, where the Lopes return home as road warriors after two big conference wins in the Midwest to face the Warriors of William Jessup. I'm Kate Longworth. Thanks so much for joining us for the Lopes pregame show here on Your View, Cox Channel 4. The Lopes, well, they are back, and they're back in a big way in front of the crowd. The Havoc's taking over the house tonight. And, oh, by the way, it is Thunder, the mascot's birthday. So a lot in store today as the Lopes take a little time out from WAC conference play for non-conference action. But after that heartbreaking loss against New Mexico State to start off the new year here at GCU Arena, the Lopes, they have rebounded in a big way. Right now they are riding a 3-game winning streak, and it is certainly home sweet home. They have won 24 of their last 25 games here at GCU Arena dating back to last year. So hoping for more of the same, and it hasn't been just the veteran leadership leading the way. The freshmen also stepping up in a big way in these last couple games.
They're doing a great job. Obviously, I think it took a while to kind of get it figured out, which is just for all freshmen. I was in that place at one time, so it's been great to see them, just continue to progress, continue to get better, and just contribute like they have been. They've been playing well, and so obviously we're going to need them, and so it's been awesome.
We talk a little bit, about the game, what we have to do, where we can get better, what we have to improve still, because there's a lot of space to improve still. So we talk a little bit, what we got to do, what we can do better to help each other and, to help the team.
Blumberg has been doing his job in a big way, but still very modest, and I think that's because they're under the leadership of Dan Marley. His team, excellent out there on the road, but of course Dan Marley still wanting them to step up in big ways as they prepare for that WAC conference tournament coming up in March. All right, well, let's bring in the guys who will be calling the game tonight, Barry Mattel and Scott Williams. And guys, I hate to put you on the spot, but I'm going to do it. What did you get Thunder? It's his birthday. Did you get him anything?
I brought some cupcakes.
Yeah, you did bring some cupcakes.
Yeah, some cupcakes.
Yeah, you got a lot of cupcakes.
Yeah.
Those are always good on your birthday.
Little sweets?
Yeah,
sure.
Cupcakes on your birthday, always a good gift as well. Hey, but how about 3 straight victories and a big one, 2 straight on the road, finishing up with the Roos and UMKC?
I love the way they're playing basketball right now. They're doing it with the D, but they're also getting high percentage shots. I mean, this team is on fire from the field right now, shooting over 50%.
Oscar Freyer, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 6 of 9 from the field, and a couple of 3-pointers as well for Oscar Freyer, stepping it up. Good to see Oscar, his game coming around.
Yeah, Oscar, he's been playing hard. He got sent to the bench earlier in the season for not playing defensively the way Coach Marley would have liked him. And now he's come out there. He scored his points, but he's also doing it with the D first.
The Fab freshmen definitely have been on the score sheet as of late between Roberts Blumberg's and also Alessandro Lever, your Italian stallion. Italian is doing it.
Yeah, he's not playing like a sports car, though. He's got one of the Big Mac trucks. He's just been beasting guys down low, getting high percentage shots. Not afraid to put the ball on the floor because he's been knocking down some outside shots on the pick and pop. When they come out up on him, now he can put it down 1, 2, even 3 times, going to a spin move, a little baby hook. Even got the floater worked into his bag of tricks.
While Alessandro and company are putting on the points, and great to see some offense, well over 80 points per game the last 3 games. They've also protecting the ball and dishing it off as well has been Casey Benson.
Well, Casey Benson is just one of these crafty vets, not the super fast guy on the floor, but knows how to work angles, whether it's getting to the outside of somebody's body or delivering a pass. He's just really good at gripping good court vision, pitching the ball ahead. Coach Marley loves that he's an extension of that coaching staff on the floor.
Last 2 games, we see the assist per game at 7.5, 27.5 minutes per game, and he's picking up 7 points per game, so good production there. 15 assists, 1 turnover in the last 2 games for Casey Benson. Good to see balance on the hardwood as the team gets set to take on a game here before they travel to Utah Valley on Saturday. They're taking on William Jessup, NAIA powerhouse. They moved up to Division I. Here's a team that, well, they should win here pretty handily, but I'm sure they're going to give them all they can handle.
Yeah, and this team can score. They're not one of these teams that, you know, they got to methodically walk the ball up and down the floor. They like to get up and down the floor.
Yep, and they are led by a guy that is really tearing it up in Keith Phillips. This guy leads the team in scoring and rebounding.
Yeah, KP, he's got an absolutely fantastic body. He's about 6'5", 240. He can rebound the basketball. He can shoot the ball from the three-point line. 1 of 3 in their last game against Menlo, and he gets on that glass. 4 offensive rebounds. So you got to put a body on him, or he's tipping that ball back in the basket before you have a chance to get off the floor.
Just a tick under 17 points per game. Has 7 double-doubles on the season. William Jessup in town to battle the Lopes. Kate, we'll send it back over to you.
Well, guys, I wanted to talk to you, Scott, and kind of get your perspective from a player points of view. When you think about this big wins they just had on the road, now the Lopes back where they feel comfortable here at GCU Arena, but they probably are also looking ahead to Utah Valley. We know they're one of the powerhouses in the conference this year. So how do you stay focused, and how important is it to go out and get the job done tonight?
Well, this is a perfect opportunity for all these Lopes players to get their heads and their bodies right. Guys that have been logging some longer minutes like Ron and Vincent, hopefully they can get off to a quick start. They can get off the floor well early in this game. And then the guys on the bench, really looking for these guys on the bench to be able to kind of contribute. They're always tired of banging one another in practice, but being the defensive dummies in practice. They want an opportunity to play in front of their friends and family tonight, so they want to have a good showing. So look for a lot of the guys off the bench come out playing hard, inspired basketball.
All right, we're looking forward to it. Thanks, guys, and don't go too far away, Barry. You've got a big job ahead of you, because coming up right after this here on the Lopes Pregame Show, Barry goes one-on-one with Dan Marley. The team coming off those big victories, as we talked about, and Coach Marley was preaching, hitting the boards. That's right, the Lopes have responded by out-rebounding their opponents, 136-85. So you would think Dan Marley's a happy guy. Is he or is he not? You will find out right after this on the Lopes Pregame Show when we come back here on Your View.
I decided to go to college to further my education and define my purpose in the world and be a part of something much bigger than myself.
I wanted to set up the best possible future for myself, both academically and athletically. I try to learn from everyone, whether that be professors, my teammates, or other student athletes.
I try to see everyone as an opportunity to learn. Everyone has a story to tell, and I think there's a moral and something you can learn from it.
Coming off 3 straight conference wins, the GCU men's basketball team head to Utah Valley this Saturday to take on the Wolverines for sole possession of second place in the Western Athletic Conference. The Wolverines lead the conference in scoring, while the Lopes lead in scoring defense. Michael Potter and Tom Kuiper will be on the call of the game. Listen in on the Fanatic AM 1580 and FM 99.3 and 95.9 for all of the action. The Lopes pregame show continues from GCU Arena, where the Lopes get set to take on the Warriors from William Jessup University. I'm joined by the head coach, Dan Marley, and you guys are riding high, well over 80 points per game, riding a 3-game winning streak. You've got to like how your team looks right now, no doubt.
Played well last 3 games, especially first starting at UTRGV here at home, where Roberts set a scoring record for a freshman with 25 points, and good way for him to break out. We've been waiting for that, and that was nice for him. And then we went on the road, and you're always a little nervous going on the road. No matter where you go, it's always hard. Chicago State has given us problems before, and we took care of business. And saying that, Alessandro went out and got 28 points, so Roberts' record didn't stand for very long. He did a great job. We've been working on getting the ball in the post, and we did that. and then he backed it up. We went to UMKC and had another terrific game with 24 and 10.
Yeah, let's talk about the bigs right now, because they certainly have stepped up in the last 3 games in particular, and that's Roberts, Blumbergs, and Alessandro Lever. They seem to be feeling a lot more comfortable playing this style of basketball.
Well, I finally got smart and started giving the ball. It takes a little bit of time for these freshmen to get it going, but they both been working extremely hard, and we've been really focusing on getting them in the paint and working on their post moves and trying to run things inside to out. And both those guys have tremendous size at 6'10". They both can stretch the floor and shoot it, and they have good touch around the basket, and also gives them a chance to get in there and rebound a little bit. So just kind of put another wrinkle into our offense. Didn't change a whole lot, but just really concentrating on giving them and Keontae, whoever's in there, whether it's Matt, whoever it is, a good long look in there before we swing it and go the outside.
Another young guy getting some playing time, 10 minutes on average the last 2 games, has been the guard, Damari Milstead. What are your impressions of Damari?
I think Damari's going to be fine, and I knew that right when we signed him. I thought he was going to be a really good player. Had been playing behind Shaq and Casey, 2 seniors, but it's time for him to see what he can do, get his feet wet a little bit, get out there and have some competition. And he's really strong. He's quick with the ball. He's extremely smart, got a high IQ, can really pass, and has worked on his shot. So I like what Damari's been to do, and the more playing time we can get him, it'll be better off for him the next year.
I don't know if he's faking it, but he looks confident when he's has his hands on the ball.
He's a confident kid. He's he was a freshman in high school, played senior in the varsity team, and he's played against great competition. And last year when we recruited him, he was playing against some of the best kids in the nation, and he had a lot of confidence about him. So I'm impressed with what he's been able to do. And like I said, as a freshman, especially at the point guard position, it's hard to go out there and run a team and have to know everything. But he's one of those guys that picks it up quickly.
Casey Benson is a guy that had 9 assists in the previous game. I know it's been kind of a up and down with him. I know you got a little upset after the Chicago game, but your thoughts about Casey?
Casey, just like everybody else, we're just trying to figure out a way to make him as successful as possible. And sometimes that's with getting him off the ball a little bit and then get him open for some shots. And his shot still hasn't performed the way he wants it to or I am, but he does a good job of running the team, making passes. He's just got to concentrate defensively, get a little better, and when his shot is there, just step up and be confident and knock it down.
Are you feeling pretty good about where you stand right now? We just touched off the top of the segment about UVU, the Utah Valley team being tops in offense. You guys are great in scoring defense. New Mexico State's right on top. You got a rematch in Las Cruces coming up.
Yeah, I feel good. Our whole thing is to get better every game, and that's what we have to do tonight. So defensively, we've been really good all year long. Our rebounding has been not bad. It's getting better. We have to continue to crash the offensive boards, and when we think about it and we make that a priority, those 3 things, defense, offensive rebound, and defensive rebound, we're pretty hard to beat. And if our offense starts clicking like it has, we're just as good as anybody in the WAC. New Mexico State is playing terrific. As you can see, when we came here, we just weren't ready for them. We didn't play hard enough on the boards, and we're looking forward to that rematch. But Utah Valley is a really, really good team. We got a lot of guys back from last year, plus some transfers, so that should be a great matchup on Saturday.
Number 1 in the nation in 3-point defense. It has been among the nation's best for quite a while. That's incredible.
It is incredible. And, it's kind of something we just stumbled into. Our guys work really hard. We talk about running guys off the line, not giving them threes and not giving them layups, making mid-range jump shots. And that's kind of filtered down to everybody. And because of that, our whole defense is good. I mean, we're ranked nationally pretty high in all categories, points per game, field goal percentage, all that stuff. So, as I said, our players, as we bring it up every day, our coaching staff has thought about it all year long, but our players are now realizing where they are nationally, and they've kind of taken ownership of it. And to be a good defensive team, your players have to want to play defense, and right now our guys are really into it.
What's your goal for tonight against a team in William Jessup? Win's always a good thing. It makes you a little happy.
Yeah, I never take anybody lightly. I know in past experiences, if we don't go out and play well and take things lightly, we could lose. And this team's got a lot of talented guys. So, as I said, we want to take one step forward, not one step back. We want to continue to prepare, not look past this team at all. But Saturday is a Utah Valley team that's going to be really tough. So we have to continue to work our offense, get better at that, and defensively just stay tenacious. As I said, our stats are incredible, and our guys wanted to keep it that way. So tonight, just play as hard as they can defensively, and offensively continue to work.
All right, good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Head coach Dan Marley, head coach of your GCU Lopes. Stay with us. More of the Lopes pregame show continues from GCU Arena. With Grand Canyon eligible for an NCAA tournament berth this season, the Lopes men's swimming team wasted little time in qualifying for the March Championships in Minneapolis. Meet two of the main contributors when the Lopes pregame show continues right after this.
I'm Mary. I am a sophomore at GCU and I'm studying biomedical engineering. GCU is definitely preparing me for the next chapter in my life. Biomedical engineering is not easy. We are able to interact with the doctors and provide the tools they need to be successful. I want to be able to start my own company and create the crazy technologies that the doctors are using, and that way when I see them, like, that's my product right there.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
I am Laura Lozoya, and I am majoring in biology with an emphasis in pre-med at Grand Canyon University. The dorm life at GCU definitely helped me build relationships, and I've made great friends on this campus. The quality education here is great. You're testing your limits, but you're going beyond them. It all comes together. The sciences, the ethics, and just everything. It's a beautiful thing.
Grand Canyon University. The quality of a private Christian education. The affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back to the Lopes pregame show here on your View Cox Channel 4. And as you're watching at home, we want you to be a part of tonight's broadcast by finding us on Twitter and Instagram using the hashtag LopesRising. And as you see right now, tweets are going on the bottom of the screen. So you tweet us with that hashtag LopesRising, and who knows, you just might be a part of our broadcast tonight. All right, the Havocs are in the house, and the Lopes are ready to go down on the court. I'm Kate Longworth. Thanks so much for joining us here on the pregame show. A lot to talk about when it comes to basketball. We'll keep you up to date as we count you down to tip-off tonight. But first, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about men's swimming as they hope to make a splash when it comes to championships this year. And leading the way right now are a couple of rising stars. Take a look.
Anybody that knows Pietro knows he is full of personality in a good way. Probably one of the most positive divers I've ever had. Never negative, always happy, always wants to train and work hard. He just has a grace about him that you don't see in too many men nowadays. Just all his techniques are on point, and then not to mention his degree of difficulty is really hard as well.
Mark's a very humble guy, so he just doesn't think he's done a lot yet. And really, he's made now a commitment that he wants to stay here and train through the 2020 Olympics. And we think he has a better shot of making the team than I think sometimes he thinks. And we think he might do well, even better than just making the team. But success hasn't gone to his head. He's one of those really subdued Russian personalities, and he just kind of takes it all in stride. Pietro became our first postseason qualifier in D1 for GCU. He's qualified now on two boards, the 1 meter and 3 meter, for the NCAA Zone Championships, which is then used as a qualifier into the NCAA Championships. That's because diving is inconsistent around the country, so they have to have these zone qualifying meets to make it a little more fair. Mark has qualified automatically into the NCAA Championships. He has the #1 time in the country right now in the 100 backstroke. So he made what they call an NCAA cut. It puts him into the meet. And because we had a relay that also went an automatic cut with Mark's individual time, that qualifies the relays into the meet. So we actually have 3 relays qualified as well.
I'm kind of tall for a diver, you know. Usually people come from gymnastics and like they're like small and they know how to flip. I was never a gymnast. So like I didn't know how to do a backflip or anything like that. But it's cool that like I work really hard, and I think because of that, like I'm here today.
I would say it was my dream to study in the US, and I think I'm the first person in GCU history who qualified. This is our first official year in NCAA, so I'm the first person who qualified there, as well as our 3 other guys from the relay. So it's me personally as a 100 backstroke, and also the 200 medley relay. I like it a lot. But the only thing don't really like that's because I'm backstrokers, and backstrokers are first in the relay. This is like a little bit more scary to be first in the relay than second or third or fourth. For me, I don't know.
It's amazing. Like I come here to America, and like I have so many goals, and one of them was to like go to NCAAs, and like even if it's zones, it's something, you know, like I have a chance, you know, and that's just great.
And you can fear the beard for a few months. As you saw in that piece, Coach Schaefer not shaving his beard until the national championships in March 21st through March 24th. That was a little incentive agreement with his players and swimmers and divers. And so far, as you hear, it seems to be paying off. So we'll see how long that beard can get in the next couple months. Meanwhile, we will be talking to Coach Schaefer later in the game, and we are counting you down to tip-off here at GCU Arena. And coming up right after this quick break, Paul Coro joins us. It's the Lopes Insider, giving us all the inside information when it comes to GCU athletics. Coro's Corner, it's next. You don't want to miss it.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, the 2018 WAC Basketball Tournament at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. March 7th through 10th, 14 games, 4 days of WAC madness. Be there for the triumph. Get your tickets now at orleansarena.com. See you in WAC Vegas.
I'm Christian Talon, and I'm earning my bachelor's in information technology at GCU. Cyber threats are a growing problem for companies and individuals alike. A lot of resources are under scrutiny of attack. I found it my purpose to try and help businesses and defend themselves against those attacks. One of the great benefits to going to GCU is that we as students get access to the state-of-the-art IT labs where we can put to practice the information that we're learning in our classrooms.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT.
Welcome back. It's the Purple pregame party in full effect as the Lopes return home to GCU Arena, where they have won 24 of their last 27 games dating back to last season here in the company confines here on GCU campus. The House of the Havocs, they are definitely the sixth man when it comes to intimidation for the opposition out there. So look out, Warriors of William Jessup. Tonight, the Lopes taking a timeout briefly from conference action for this matchup as they gear up for Utah Valley on Saturday. You're watching the Lopes pregame show. We're counting you down the tip-off. I'm Kate Longworth. He's Paul Coro, and he has all the inside information when it comes to Lopes athletics here. And you're on the road with the team, and you just saw the freshmen stepping up in a big way. What stood out to you these past games at Chicago and Kansas City?
Yeah, I think we've seen this on the come for a while as those guys have gradually got more acclimated with the program, specifically with Alessandro Labor. He's in so much better shape than he was at the beginning of the season. The big key right now is Marley's redesigned the offense a little bit, tweaked more than redesign, just to go inside out and really take advantage of those guys' size. On the road, they had a huge size advantage to go into the post with Labor. And even if he's not scoring, he and Robert Blumbergs are good enough passers where they can get it back out for the shooters when they're doubled down. But Labor's post moves and footwork were so good. He shot 73% from the field in those 2 games.
Right, and what has Milstead done personally for his game, and how is he gaining coaches' trust?
Yeah, we've seen Damari get more time the last 3 games.
Yeah.
In the last 2 games, he's really taken that big role of coming in for Casey and being kind of a change of pace from Casey Benson. Damari Milstead's very aggressive when he brings the ball up and on defense. He can get into guys and really apply a lot of pressure. He's gone to the free throw line 4 times in both the last 2 games in limited minutes, knocked him down, hasn't missed a free throw since like the Grambling game. So I think Damari's getting a lot of confidence just by being in there. And Dan Marley sprinkled him in throughout the season, so it's not really foreign for him to be getting these rotation minutes. Tonight would be a great chance, if everything goes right, as Dan Marley says, if they take care of business, that he could get a lot more experience.
Yeah, you're looking, hopefully, for those guys off the bench to get a little bit more work in a game like tonight, and for the team on a whole, gear up for Utah Valley. So when you look at just how the WAC conference is shaping up, first month into play, how are you seeing things shape up? I'm guessing Lopes are chasing New Mexico State. Utah Valley making this a race as well?
Yeah, Utah Valley, that'll be a big game Saturday to go in there. I think they look like a challenger, as well as GCU to New Mexico State, and then New Mexico State stomped them pretty good when UVU went to Las Cruces. So, of course, we got that game on our mind when Phillips get another chance February 10th at New Mexico State. But until then, they got to take care of business and not just key on New Mexico State. Build with every game, continue improving the offense. They're established as one of the best defensive teams in the nation statistically, and so that needs to be what they hang their hat on. I think at some point they'll be a better shooting team too. They've got good looks. They're establishing more of an interior game, and that's only going to help the perimeter game. And then when they see New Mexico State again, I don't think they were that far away the last time they played them. You know, they led early in the second half with like 6 minutes. They were down 3. You know, I don't think they're going to go 1 for 14 in the second half on threes again. I don't think they're going to get doubled up on rebounding again. So I expect them to play them 2 more times too.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Dan Martin, I think, hoping for that as well. And now let's take a brief timeout from Hoops Talk and switch gears a little bit to men's volleyball. What have you seen from this team, and how are they gearing up? I know they have a tough schedule, but they're not afraid to go up against some of the big programs because they want to be the best out there.
Yeah, the men's volleyball, Matt Worley has done a great job of that program. You know, he's started with the program as a grad assistant, has moved up to leading them in the Division I. You know, they're number 11 right now in the polls. The conference they've moved into this season, just about everybody's ranked.
Yeah,
like every game is going to be like what they just played last weekend against UC Irvine. UC Irvine was 6th in the nation. They took them to 5 sets, 15-13 in the 5th set. You know, they're only going to grow from these type of experiences. Had a record crowd in Antelope Gymnasium, almost 1,400 people in their stuff, and a lot of them really got to feel the vibe of a volleyball game, how it's constant, exciting action, and you know, they've established themselves as close to being a top 10 team.
And real quick, speaking of setting records, how about soccer team? A couple of the players getting drafted in the MLS.
Yeah, they sent 2 guys into the MLS draft, getting drafted by Dallas and Colorado. We all know Nicky Jackson and the great career he's had. Amir was a little bit of a surprise to go ahead of him as a 3rd-round pick. That's SC Dallas was a team Shellis Heidman used to coach. But both those guys are pros now. It shows where the program's headed. I think it's only going to help recruiting too, to say now that you've got MLS draftees coming out of the program.
Right, it's very exciting for the soccer program, and of course big things happening right behind us as they gear up for some basketball right here in GCU Arena. When we get back, you can sit on your couch, but we'll take you around the WAC. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Whoa, baby! There it is! Get ready for the WAC Swimming and Diving Championships, February 21st through the 24th in Houston. Who will be the next WAC champion?
Get ready for the WAC Indoor Track and Field Championships, February 22nd through the 24th in Nampa, Idaho. Who will be the next WAC champion? In addition to watching WAC basketball on your mobile device, you can now watch selected games on your TV through Apple TV, Droid TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. Brought to you by the Western Athletic Conference and Blue Frame Technology.
One that you really want to check out is that New Mexico State Utah Valley tilt. Aggies getting the better of that one, coming out big victory with the 86-59 final there at home. So Utah Valley is up next for the Lopes. Tonight's docket, you see that everyone who's in action will be updating you throughout the game, from Utah Valley to, of course, GCU basketball. Hoops action, Division I, right here on your view. It's coming up next. Grab that snack and get ready. Barry and Scott are up next with the call.
Our company's Comfortpedic Inc. We're a local mattress company here. It's a small family business that my dad started. Now we are providing the dorm mattresses to the most recent dorms here at GCU. One of my professors, he was a professor for my junior year, Paul Waterman, he was the one that started everything. Without him, this wouldn't have been possible. I came up with a short presentation, a quick business pitch. I presented Dr. Gibb with my company history, and he loved it. So first we started with the hotel mattresses. Brett Courtwhite was very helpful, and everything ran smoothly. From there, we began with the dorm mattresses. We asked them what exactly they were looking for in a dorm mattress, and that's when we started to come up with a prototype. We brought in one of the mattresses that GCU currently has. We opened it up. We saw where they needed improvement and what we could do best to maximize a better prototype. And we came up with the mattresses that we have now, and after that everything ran pretty smoothly, thankfully. You can see the community thriving along with GCU, and just the fact that GCU was willing to buy locally from a company that's only 10 minutes away, you can tell that they really want the community to grow with them. I'm very proud to say I'm a Lope, and I tell it to everyone, go to GCU, Lopes up. I'm very, very proud.
Six of 9 from the field. The Lopes returning home here where Alessandro Labor has been lighting it up the last 2 games. The fab freshman, 26 points per game average.
And you're absolutely right, Barry. He's been going inside, just banging down low, putting the ball on the floor, driving into the paint. He's not afraid anymore. This freshman's growing up right before our very eyes. Got a confidence in his shot.
The WAC player of the week at Chicago State, 28 points, 8 boards, 27 minutes on the court the last 2 games, 26 points per game average, as I mentioned. Now, William Jessup comes in overall 15-6. They are a NAIA school as the Lopes get set to travel to Utah Valley for a big matchup Saturday in Utah. As Thunder's birthday,
happy birthday,
happy birthday! Hey, the Warriors come in. Keith Phillips leads this team in points and rebounds.
Yeah, and he's a fully grown man from Detroit, the Motor City Mauler. You got to keep him off the glass, very quick off his feet. He's got big hands, loves to finish with 2 hands over the top of the defense.
16.7 points per game. Had 18 points and 17 rebounds against Menlo in their big conference win in their previous matchup before coming here to Phoenix. He has 7 double-doubles on the season. We will no doubt be talking about Keith Phillips here for the Warriors tonight. Let's get this thing tipped off. We'll send it over to the public address announcer, Paul DeNuser, with our prayer and our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to GCU Arena and tonight's men's basketball matchup between the Warriors of William Jessup University and Grand Canyon University Antelopes. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you all please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this evening's competition with the word of prayer. Tonight's prayer is led by Titus Converse, a junior majoring in chest paint, eating pineapples, business, and a Havoc's leader.
Let's bow our heads. Dear God, thank you for the chance we all have to come out and enjoy the great sport of basketball. I pray that there are no injuries tonight, and I wish safe travels to both teams after this contest. Everything we do tonight, let's do it for your glory. In your name, amen.
Thank you, Titus. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with the singing of the national anthem. The Star-Spangled Banner will be performed this evening by the Williamsfield High School Choir under the direction of Rudy Trujillo.
What so proudly we hailed at the
Thank you, Williamsfield High School Choir.
Great job with the prayer. Titus Converse, a junior business major and a member of the Havocs, and a wonderful national anthem from Williamsfield High School Choir. William Jessup University, the Warriors 15-6 overall, 1-4 in the Golden State Athletic Conference. Their head coach is Lance Von Gott. It's 5th season as head coach of the Warriors, about 20 miles northeast of Sacramento. Here are his starting 5. Luis Medeiros, Brandon Lindsley, Tate De La Vega, Keith Phillips, and Brennan Rakoz.
Yeah, keep an eye on number 3, Sweet Lou Medeiros. He's absolutely phenomenal putting that ball in the basket. Averages 14-6 on the season. Gets on the glass as well. He had 21 points, 3 assists, only 1 turnover in 29 minutes Saturday versus Menlo on 8 of 19 shooting. He was 5 3-pointers in that game. He's got 17 games scoring in double figures this year.
Van Gott is assistant coaches are Brad Rogers, David Garcia, and Elijah Lewis. Now let's introduce you to Grand Canyon University.
Most fans, are you ready?
Starting 5, Casey Benson, Josh Braun, Oscar Freyer, Alessandro Lever, and Keontae Vernon.
Yeah, number 11, CB, Casey Benson. He's wounded, but still playing like a warrior. These last 2 games, he's been really toting that rock. 15 assists, only 1 turnover.
Dan Marley in his 5th season as head coach. The associate head coach is Todd Lee. The assistant coaches are Chris Cremelone and TJ Benson. Director of basketball operations is Luke Della Riva. The special assistant to the head coach, Brendan Sabian. And the graduate assistant is Johnny Hill. The Lopes, 14-6, 4-1 in the Western Athletic Conference after an impressive 86-69 win at UMKC on Saturday night. Team travels to Utah Valley, take on the Wolverines. Both teams at 4-1 in the conference. Thunder gets the honors in the center circle on his birthday.
Oh, that's great. A little birthday dance. It'll dance off. And Shaq Carr's going to lose his job. Wow.
Thunder can move. He repels from the rafters. He's fearless, this Thunder character. Time for Scott's 3 keys.
Yeah, Ice Cube said it best. Put your back into it. Needed strong play on the board tonight. They had double digits advantage, plus 25 on the road. They got to do that here tonight. Really establish yourselves on the glass tonight, and then power wheels, fast and furious. Yeah, I know this William Jessup team likes to run, but you're the better team. You take care of the basketball better. You get on the glass better, and you can get out and run better, play fast and furious tonight. And then the bleacher creatures. Those guys coming off the pine and haven't been able to be on the floor as much in front of students, fans, and family as they'd like to be. Tonight's their night to really get it done. Come off that bench with energy and purpose. Show this coaching staff and everybody that's watching what you can do.
Lopes fans remain on their feet until they hit the opening bucket. Oscar Freyer to take the tip. Brennan Rakoz. Lopes ball. Keontae leaves it for Casey Benson. Benson to his left. Blades gets with Freyer, now to Braun. Up high for Freyer.
Oh, my! Woo! I don't think they saw that on Saturday versus Menlo. That was a nice job taking off the top of the defense. A little high handoff over the top of that back line.
Fans could take a seat early on, Scott. Quick ball movement. Wow, stoned by Oscar Freyer. Was Medeiros. Turnover. Up for Phillips, their leading scorer and rebounder. The big man from Detroit. Brandon Lindsley. Tyrone, Georgia. Back over to Phillips. Phillips to Medeiros. Baseline, driving. Shot attempt. Off the mark, loose ball. Here come the Warriors, and putting it back in was Medeiros.
Yeah, Sweet Lou's got a nice stroke. Good job protecting the paint inside. Could corral that ball. Comes back out into the hands of one of their best outside shooters. Hits the mid-range jump shot. You know, you see they're in this zone defense once again after the made bucket.
Bounce pass, Vernon inside to Frere, down at his feet. He puts it in.
We'll see a healthy dose of points in the paint tonight. Coach Marley wants to establish early on that they will be going inside with that basketball on the offensive end.
Oh, Phillips able to get it back. Medeiros. Luis, swung by Frere. De La Viega. Local product from Scottsdale. Played basketball with the Benson-Braun tandem when they were kids. Also at Westwind Prep.
Go back to this first one. You just see Oscar Frere gets on that wax side, and all Keontae Vernon's got to seal the inside man, and then it's an easy dunk. And then I love this one here off the baseline out of bounds play. Just an easy dump down underneath for the Italian Stallion. All he's done is gone for 20-plus points the last 2 times he's on the floor. William Jessup needs to find out where he's at.
Phillips pulls down the 3 just inside the arc, and he nails it.
KP and Sweet Lou. Those are the guys you're going to see doing a lot of the scoring, taking the bulk of the shots for the guys in blue tonight.
Benson, floater, up high, Keontae Vernon.
Another set play there. Just doing a nice job getting behind the back line of that defense, making it real easy inside against William Jessup.
De La Viega, bounce pass. Medeiros, jumper, rebound, Vernon.
No blue shirts inside, trying to contest on that offensive glass. Vernon will have 15 rebounds tonight if they keep that up.
Braun, 3-pointer, good! 4 assists on 4 field goals for the Lux.
Yeah, and that's the first outside shot. So you soften them up there in the underbelly. Once you shrink that defense down, Josh Braun gets a wide open look.
Looks perfect from the field, 4 of 4. Lead it 9-4. De La Viega moves to his left. From the corner. Leaves it for Phillips.
Well, he can't stroke the 3. A big man goes about 240 probably at the beginning of the year, probably pushing 250 now. But he had the 3-pointer on Saturday night. He's not afraid to shoot it from behind the arc.
Frere, near side, Benson, open look, short. Benson now 21 of 70 from the arc.
Go back to one more time here. Phillips, yeah, just that little penetration pulls Vernon off his man, and number 22 is right there to shoot it with confidence.
Phillips down low, nice feed in.
Wide body down there. He's like a tree trunk. You get in front of him and they can push that ball to an angle, get it over around you. It takes too long to run around a big man.
Phillips has 7. Bounce pass, Benson driving in, foul committed.
Now they're playing through labor down on that block. Coach Marley's found something with that young man that he likes. What a nice dish down there, and Benson just cutting off the ball. He's a beneficiary of the nice drop pass. We're going to go to line to shoot 2 when we come back.
Game is tied at 9 early on. 15:59 on the clock. Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
Mark Hurley with the men's volleyball team, and let's talk a little bit about how the team has been off to such a great start. 6-2, only a couple losses against top 10 ranked teams in Hawaii and Irvine. How happy have you been with the team's fast start?
You know what, this has been a really good start to our season. Obviously our losses to number 4 Hawaii and number 6 Irvine have been tough. We actually lost 15-13 in the 5th to Irvine the other night at home. We have one of the best environments, in college volleyball, so it's been pretty phenomenal so far, and we hope to knock off some really top 5, top 10 ranked teams this year.
And for you guys, I know there's big expectations for the team. Sometimes it's easier to fly under the radar, but right now you're currently. So how is the team responding responding to those big expectations?
You know, they're responding actually really well. We still feel like an underdog, which having a little chip on our shoulder is great because every day in our practice gym, our work ethic is just getting better and better on the daily. They see what we're capable of, and after competing like we did on Saturday night, they know we can play with those teams, so it's motivating more than discouraging that we lost on Saturday.
And they say to be the best, you've got to beat the best, and you guys are certainly attacking big competition when it comes to the schedule. A lot of top-ranked opponents and a really competitive conference. What stands out to you when you look at these upcoming matches?
You know what? We're just going to take one day at a time. So we host San Diego on Friday night, and they're a good team too. Any given night, any one of 20 teams could win the national championship, I think, this year. So we just got to make sure we take one day at a time.
And what players have been stepping up and leading the team in big ways?
You know, the great thing about it is we have about 8 to 10 guys on a daily basis that can play and start for us, so that's wonderful.
So your job's really easy. You're not doing much.
It actually makes it more tough, but we're having fun with it.
That's true. You have to find the matchup, so that's fair. All right, thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys, I think he said something we've heard from Dan Marley in times past. It's great when you have a stacked team and a lot of depth, but it can be hard for a coach to plug in the right guys at the right time.
No doubt, they are. The atmosphere in the Antelope Gym on campus is packed and electrifying. Come on out and support GCU men's volleyball. Benson off the mark. Lopes scoring in the paint, outscoring the Warriors 6-2 early on.
Yeah, I like that too. And on those 4 field goals, that all 4 have been assisted, so really sharing the rock as well.
Remiss to let you know the officials are Sean Lehigh, Vern Harris, and Ken Diddy tonight. Picked off, Braun takes it away from De La Viega. Braun, Benson moves to his right. Frayer looking for 3, off the mark. Vernon got a hand on it. It's going to go out of bounds. Who's going to have it? Oh, Lopes ball.
Yeah, number 12, Del Viega.
De La
Viega. Easier for you to say. He kind of got it after Keontae Vernon got it. He got caught with his hand in that cookie jar.
Braun for 3. Go!
Oh, Braun already deposited 2 from behind the arc.
Yeah, Braun's on De La Viega. Mentioned they played together at Westwind. De La Viega's father coached there. A year younger than Josh. Loose ball picked up. Vernon hands it off to Benson. Inside, Laver swarmed. Freyer's got an open look for 3. Oh my!
That's a pretty play right there. That's the way you attack a zone defense. Get the ball inside that painted area. Once that zone has to turn its back on the shooters, you find the open man.
7-0 run for the Lopes. 3 of 5 from the arc of the Lopes. Roberts Blumberg's getting up at the scorer's table. Laver pulls down the rebound. Benson looking up court. Cuts in. Foul committed. Luis Medeiros.
One more time here. Just getting that ball right to the free throw line. Everybody's attention goes to that basketball there. Nobody within 10 feet of Oscar Freire when he catches that ball. No time to close out and challenge the shot.
Blumberg's in for Vernon. Braun for 3. Too heavy off the mark. Pulled down by Antonio Lewis. Lewis in the game. Wilson Lachelles in the game as well. Javon Stone comes in for the Warriors as well. Lewis. Back over to Stone from North Minneapolis. Stone, careful, bounce pass inside. Looking for Lewis. Lewis in the corner. Back out, 1 on the shot clock. Gets it off at the buzzer.
Oh, he baked it in. He had a little smile on that one there.
Braun looking for 3. Oh, look who's hot. Look who's hot.
That's the way you like to play. You can get that ball down the floor and get it up with only 4 seconds come off the game clock.
Phillips looking to move on Blumberg. Kicks it back out. Medeiros pulls down just inside the arc, and Luis Medeiros Hitting a couple of back-to-backers for the Warriors.
Yeah, you want to run that three-point shooter off the line, but you also got to make sure you close out under control.
Medeiros with 7. Braun, oh, that was just off the mark to the right, out of bounds. It'll be the Warriors' ball.
I like this pace right now. This will favor the Lopes. I know it's 19-14, and the Warriors are still hanging around, but you get enough of these types of action where you're going back and forth and each team is shooting in 7 seconds or less, you got to think the Lopes is going to win that battle every time.
Damari Milstead checks in early. Roberts, Blumberg's in the game. Laver, Braun, and Fifi Adu steps in for Freyer. Stone trying to peel away. Kicks it out. Lewis looks long distance. That was off the mark and pulled down by Blumberg. Milstead, near side in the corner, plays catch. Back over to Blumberg, to the left. Braun's there. He comes back out front. Milstead. Jared Martin gets in off the bench, over to the scorer's table. That's knocked out of bounds by Stone. There's 12 on the shot clock.
Both teams doing a good job getting deflections on the basketball right now. Let's get deflections, getting block shots. And Jeff's able to use that to lengthen their zone defense. And they've knocked a couple around on the defensive end.
Milstead driving. Laver gets it to him. Jumper and in.
There's been a couple fortuitous bounces now off in the glass and around the rim. One on each side. Medeiros had one, and that was kind of a good missile shot up there from a short blank range that Lavers was able to finesse in.
Giles gets it down low. And Ajoyi. Lewis driving to his right. Knocked away by Blumberg, quickly up to Fifi Adu. He'll pick it up. Damari Milstead. Martin. Fifi Adu, Laver down low. Blumberg's it in.
Nice high-low basketball right now. Laver's doing a good job passing that thing out of the high post. Finds his fellow big man underneath, and I like the fact that Blumberg didn't waste any time. Just right to a left shoulder turn, right-hand jump hook over the smaller defender.
Matt Jackson at the scorer's table. Driving is Lewis. Too much off the glass, battles after it. Martin quickly up to Damari Milstead. Milstead drives. Travel. Oh, foul? Yeah. Looked like the official was calling to travel, but then he waved that off and called him foul. 11:34 on the clock. 23-14. Lopes on top of the Warriors here on Your View.
My name is Anthony Perez, and I earned my master's in education at Grand Canyon University. I feel that the degree program at GCU definitely got me ready and prepared me to be an agent of change, so that way I can lead my classroom to find innovative ways of solving the problems in education in the state of Arizona. Grand Canyon University definitely has a vibrant campus that has many resources that are accessible.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
I'm Mary. I am a sophomore at GCU and I'm studying biomedical engineering. GCU is definitely preparing me for the next chapter in my life. Biomedical engineering is not easy. We are able to interact with the doctors and provide the tools they need to be successful. I want to be able to start my own company and create the crazy technologies that the doctors are using, and that way when I see them, like, that's my product right there.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back. Lopes with a 9-point lead on Thunder's birthday here at GCU Arena. Some other famous mascots in the house for the big game. And we mentioned GCU with a 9-point game. This is a non-conference matchup, but the message from Dan Marley to his team was pretty simple. He said they are not taking this game lightly. Of course, they know Utah Valley awaits them come Saturday on the road. That matchup won't be easy, but tonight they still want to go out there, do the little things right, take one step at a time. And Dan Marley's big message was you want to take one step forward, not a couple back. You don't want to go further back. They've been doing some great things on the road, advancing this team, the freshmen stepping up, and he wants to see more of that strong offense taking place out there. And then he said, This team has some very impressive defensive stats. And with a game like that, you don't want to get those stats, ignore them. You guys, you want to keep it up. You want to play to your basketball and not play to the competition.
No doubt. Want to keep pushing on the gas. They've scored well over 80 points the last 3 games. They've got that defense sewn up. Oh, Blumbergs from the corner.
Well, they're doing a nice job moving that basketball right now. That's a 9-0 run, and it's sparked because they got 10 field goals on 10 made baskets, and Jessup comes right back down the other, and that won't make Coach Marley happy when they get right to the bucket.
Martin, near side, Fifi Adu. Puts it down on the court. Blind pass. Martin, he'll look for 3. Jared Martin! Driving Lindsley, leaves it there. Puts it down. Red Coes loses it. Up from Milstead by himself. Underhand off the glass.
Well, they're really doing a nice job tonight. I mean, they're sharing that basketball. They're pitching it ahead. 31 points in 10 minutes and 30 seconds. This could be one of these games where they may go to the 100-point mark. They keep sharing the basketball when they're doing 12 field goals on 12 made buckets. Shooting 75% from the field.
That's a good percentage.
Yeah, excellent percentage. There's not many teams that can come out that red hot. And I love that. Just swing, swing, swing. Players can't move as fast as the ball does. Nobody lets that ball stick in their hands. Moving on to the next guy until you find the open man.
Inbound, Luke Walker. Bounce pass. Driving is Lindsley. Martin's going to get a hand on it. Murray Milstead will be called for the foul. Lindsley goes to the line, 80% free throw shooter. Brandon Lindsley from Tyrone, Georgia. Milstead. Martin. Inside. Jackson gets knocked off the ball. De La Viega brings it up. Tate. De La Viega moves to his right, driving on Martin off the glass and in.
That's good job by De La Viega, putting the pressure on the defense. They tried to switch out on the perimeter, and Martin was never able to get him corralled again. He just kept that pressure on by going straight to the basket.
Milstead to his left. Martin's there, beyond the arc. Blumbergs away from the ball.
Ball called on the Warriors number 12,
Tate De La Viega called.
14 foul.
6'3" junior from Scottsdale. Rare, Milstead. Up high. Oh, that's way up high. .35 and counting opening half. Lopes on top by 11. Lindsley kicking it out. Luke Walker. New Orleans native stopping just inside the arc. Comes out, pulled down by Jackson. Quickly to Milstead. Near side cuts out. Looking to move on Walker. Now to Adu. Back to Milstead. Looks inside to Blumbergs. Blumbergs. Martin pulls down. Finds a little bit of room. Kicks it out. Adu pulls down. He's going to lay it up. Out. Blumbergs underneath. Rush 30, but he loses the ball. Walker.
Yeah, he did a nice job getting that ball, but just keep it high, young fella.
Take De La Viega. Puts it home. Timeout on the floor. 8:55. And Dan Marley doesn't like what he sees. 9-point lead.
Now, Coach Marley does not like giving up points in the paint, especially against a smaller team. He wants his team to get back, shut them down defensively, make them try to find something from the outside.
6-0 run for the Warriors over the last minute 22. Coming off of these 3 straight conference wins, the men's basketball team heading to Utah Valley this Saturday to take on the Wolverines for sole possession of second place in the WAC. Now, the Wolverines lead the conference in scoring while the Lopes lead in scoring defense. Michael Potter, Tom Kuiper will be on hand to call all the action. Listen to the Fanatic AM 1580 and FM 99.3 or 95.9 in the East Valley for all of the action. Game time set to tip at 3 p.m. Benson brings it up. Moves to his left, swings it inside of Lumbergs. Back to Benson beyond the arc, right side. Martin comes out, looks for three. Oh, look, he's got 2 threes.
Well, that's a nice job right there. Nice big pick by the big body up top. Gives Martin plenty of time to find the back.
This bench is outscoring the Warriors bench 13-0. There's a charge on the Warriors.
Just one more time here. They just get a double screen that the defender can't fight through in time, and Martin knocks it down. Nice job by the big. They should get an assist for that too.
5 assists for Casey Benson. Average 7.5 through road games. Fifier Jackson. Ooh. Foul committed on Matt. You mentioned Casey's injuries. Shoot around this morning. I had to take a look at it. I was talking to him about how he's feeling, and he still has a really nasty purple bruise on that knee that he got at UTRGV. The knee hit right underneath his knee.
Those are the worst. No flesh there, just all bone.
Oh. Benson, they do. Martin drives baseline. Warriors got a hand on it. Looked like Phillips. Now Walker has it. Walker, Medeiros down in the corner. Off of the rim by Austin Dill. Oh, Fifi.
Fifi got that ball down there. A little miscommunication on who was going to be the outlet.
Got the laser out by Coach Marley. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Timeout on the floor with the Lopes on top by 12, 34-22. 3-pointers, it's been raining threes here. Great to see the likes of Josh Braun and also Jared Martin with a couple.
Yeah, and I like the way they're getting the threes too. They're getting them out of their set offense. They're getting them transition. They're getting wide open looks. They're sharing the basketball. All their threes right now have come off of guys getting the passes. So you got to love that. 7 of 11 from behind the arc. And, you know, if they're not getting the screen, it's a simple little pass over to the big guys. And everybody's knocking them down because they're getting clean looks. And I love that one right there because that one came after 3 different Lopes players had touched the basketball.
There's Martin's 2. Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
Well, guys, they may be the top rookies in the league, but they haven't forgotten where they came from. When the Lopes matched up against Chicago State last week, as luck would have it, the Warriors and the Bulls also met in the Windy City. And so Bulls rising star Lauri Markkanen and Dubs Jordan Bell went over to catch the game. Why? Well, because Bell was a former teammate at Oregon for Casey Benson. And Fifi's teammate is the other rookie who they played together on the junior national Finland team before Markkanen went over to U of A. So the two united, and or the 4 rather, all united. And it's pretty neat, guys, because normally when your buddy makes it to the NBA, you got to beg and try to get a ticket to see his game. But not those guys. They went out to see a GCU game. And I think that shows a lot about the friendships they have with Casey Benson and Fifi Adu. But it also shows a lot about those two players. Right now we're seeing a lot with them. Stats in the NBA, they're doing great in their initial year in the bigs. And going back and cheering on their friends, I think that's exciting. And now we should probably send an invite to them to come see a game here at GCU Arena. What do you think?
I think that'd be a great idea.
Absolutely, Kate. I think it's a great idea. I mean, special bonds that you develop in any sport, but especially here in the basketball sport, there's not quite so many players. It truly lasts a lifetime, except for my relationship with Allen Iverson. We won't talk about that.
Seat may be tougher to find here than at Chicago State, but travel on the Warriors.
Yeah, Lopes doing a good job. I mean, they have had some things in transition where they've given up some buckets inside, but when they've had a chance to set their defense, it's been tough sledding for the Warriors to find any points in that painted area. They have to do most of their shots from either long distance or mid-range.
Frayer with a nice mid-range. Down to the corner, driving down the baseline, and Stone was Austin Dill. Puts it back.
I think Keontae Vernon thought he was going to get the guard to clap back down after that initial stop, and he never got that extra help.
Ron to Laver bothered by Phillips, backing in, turns and puts it in. Man, Alessandro Laver's got that move down.
He got it stuck on automatic right now. It doesn't matter who's on him.
Long distance shot by Luis Medeiros.
That was sweet. Hit him, got right in his face when he shot it.
Benson looked inside, not there. He's going to drive it himself. Float it. There it goes.
It was kind of a delayed reaction to the shot. It's like, wow, I'm so close. I think I should just shoot.
Yeah, they're swarming Laver. I've got a wide open lane here. Dill, he's got a little opening, kicked it back out quickly. Medeiros, he's got a hot hand. Oh, a little bank shot.
He's got two now that he has banked off that left side of the glass that I don't think he's intended either one of them banked.
13 for Medeiros, 3 of 4 from the arc. Laver wants some from long distance. Oh, heavy. Frayer with a rebound, fresh 30. Benson.
Oh, he talked about this team's ability to be able to score the basketball. So, you know, they're doing about what they normally do. They're on pace for a 40-point quarter. It's just that GCU is on pace for a 50 to 55-point quarter.
Ron swarmed there. Foul's going to be committed. A reach in. Looks like Medeiros. His second. Four new Warriors coming onto the court. 5:45 to go, opening half. Braun off the mark.
A couple times here at home where you just don't think Josh Braun's going to miss the front end of a one-on-one. And he surprises you with one.
He's slowly inching up that number a little bit. He's at 73%, but man, that's not what we're accustomed to seeing from the free throw line.
That was a nice job by Keontae Vernon stepping into that driving lane, taking a blow, but Josh Braun got behind the defender with a hand on his hip, and officials were right on top of him.
Braun called. Short. Shot there by Lascelles. Benson brings it up.
Look how quickly Benson gets the ball into the front court.
He's going to shoot it. Off the front rim. Vernon tried to kick it out. De La Viega brings it up. Tate De La Viega stops, pops. Rebound. Off of Laver or Frayer. It'll be the Warriors' ball. De La Viega inbound. Bounce past Lascelles. Ooh, on. Back out. Lindsay. Lindsay bounce past De La Viega. Hide by Braun. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay driving, underhand, not there. Phillips, put back, good.
Just working underneath there. Got on that weak side of that board, was able to get it back in.
That's an inside. Laver kicks back out to Casey in the corner now. Vernon, he's going to try to drive baseline, kicks it back out to Laver. Oh, it doesn't go. Tried to put it back, didn't. Hooked up his own rebound. He's still battling after it, but Lascelles picks it up. Nice feed by Keontae Vernon, and Alessandro just couldn't put it back. Laver's going to fight for that rebound. He wants it back. .224 and counting. The Lopes haven't hit a bucket.
That last possession underneath there by Lavers reminded me of the old Moses Malone trick of missing short shots intentionally and getting the offensive rebound to pad the rebound numbers, and doing that several times on one trip down the floor. But Moses used to finish with a bucket. Labors wasn't able to finish with a bucket.
Benson to the line. 78% free throw shooter coming into tonight's action. Shells with the rebound. Stone brings it up to his right. De La Viega. The Shells in the corner. Waiver called.
Coach Marley likes these bigs to show out and make that guard go wide back towards the half-court stripe, but sometimes the bigs get a little too handsy, too much body, and they get whistled for an unnecessary foul.
Timeout on the floor, 41-32. Looks on top of the Warriors. We'll be back right after this.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light, so we can give our students the competitive edge they need to succeed. And now, GCU is leading in the areas of computer science and IT. We prepare students to meet the demands of the fastest growing industry through our innovative IT programs in our College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Using the latest real-world tools and an adaptive curriculum, GCU gives students the education they need today to excel in their careers tomorrow. Join the most inventive concept in education right now and position yourself for a future in the expanding world of IT. GCU offers fast-track options with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, systems architecture, and business analytics. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/IT.
Welcome back. GCU up on top right now, 41-32 over William Jessup with just under 4 to go. But what they are really gearing up for after they hopefully take the victory tonight is that matchup at Utah Valley on Saturday, because the two teams right now locked in a tie for second place in the WAC standings with a 4-1 record. Utah Valley 15-6 overall. They've lost their last game against who? Well, the Aggies. New Mexico State leading the way at 5-0. And look who's in the house, probably doing a little tweeting, trying to get on our broadcast right now. Or maybe he's tweeting or texting rather, his son sitting 2 doors down from him. It's Luis Gonzalez, former great Diamondback, in the house, and his son Jacob Gonzalez also there. Jacob was drafted this past season to no other than, this was hard for Luis to handle, the San Francisco Giants, his ultimate rival there.
Congratulations to Jake.
Yeah, Jake, Gonzo, proud papa. Yeah. Watching him bashing that ball over the left center wall a lot.
2 daughters as well, the triplets. Man, I remember when they were born. Good grief. How did that happen so fast? Bounce pass, that's picked off. Good gracious, Phillips. De La Viega. Boy, did he ever want it. Lascelles got his hands up, he's waving.
Well, the Warriors, after taking that initial punch in the mouth from the Lopes, have come fighting right back into this thing. It's a 2-possession game, under 3 to go in the first half. And that's all William Jessup really wants to do, is try to hang around for as long as they can, try to steal one at the end if possible.
Man, they're 5 of 10 from the arc. This is the #1 D1 team in the nation defending the 3. What is going on there, Bud? Thank you, Labor.
Labor says, well, I pass it, I'm turning it over, so they're backing up off me. I'll just go ahead and knock down a little 17-foot jump shot.
Phillips backing in. Ball off the glass. This is where you like to do that. Right?
That's what you do. That's what you do when you're just taking somebody and backing them right in and putting them at your mercy. Just truck them right over to the bucket.
Martin's going to check in for Labor.
That's just good basketball right there. Patience, down low, with the using the wide frame and putting the ball in the bucket. Phillips can't seem to find the range from the free throw line right now. Some of these missed free throws, front into one-on-ones, back ends, one-on-ones. That's keeping this team hanging around.
2 of 6. Frayer gave it over to De La Viega. 7 on the shot clock. Phillips. Phillips driving. Floater off the glass and in right about at the expiration of the shot clock.
Very Clarence Weatherspoon-ish that time. Shorter body, but long arms, and going against taller defenders always seem to come out on the plus side of those matchups.
Step back, Frayer. Big rebound, Phillips. To his right. Stopping his Stone, that's short. Phillips with the rebound. De La Viega stops, pops, good. Oh, look here, man. This is going to be not a happy camper, Dan Marley.
Well, it's human nature to relax when you get a large lead. Sometimes you go up by 15. They're up 15 at the 10-minute, 41-second mark, and William Jessup's got a chance to tie this game up.
6-0 run by the Warriors. Phillips off the glass. Oh, my. Be careful, Kate, at halftime. 43-43. Benson. Floater. Foul. Doesn't go. Joy called for the foul.
Well, that's just smart basketball, crafty basketball by the 5th-year senior, realizing his team's gone flat. Can't seem to get it into a rhythm. You got to drive the ball to the hole.
Benson hits the front end.
Timeout called by the Warriors.
Warriors call a timeout. (44-43). Lopes up by 1 at the half. GCU women's basketball team is 3-2 in the WAC after a home split this past weekend against Chicago State and UMKC. Head coach Nicole Powell's squad had their biggest win of the season against Chicago State. Lost a heartbreaker Saturday to KC. Be sure to come out and support the Lopes here at the arena this Saturday at 2 p.m. against Utah Valley. Admission is free. .9 remains on the clock. Fifi's back. He got a little cut on the shoulder. Benson misses the back end. 3 of 8 now from the charity stripe.
Hard to believe the Warriors have a chance to take the lead into the locker room after the way the Lopes came out in that first 9.5 minutes of action.
Good grief. Antonio Lewis. Medeiros. He's been hot in the opening half. That doesn't go. Benson rebound. Bounce pass. Braun. 6-5. Oh, looking to shoot at the 3.
I think he got fouled.
He did get fouled
behind the arc.
Keith Phillips. Way too close. Braun's going to go to the line, shoot 3.
Right, good utilization here, pushing the ball ahead, and the pump fake just gets Phillips trying to get in that, block that shot, and Braun does a nice job getting into that escape lane that Phillips wanted to get into and drawing the foul.
Phillips' largest lead was 15.
Brick City for the free throw line. As good as they've shot it from the floor, 17-27 from the floor. They only missed 10 field goals. They've already missed 6 from the free throw line.
Benson out, Milstead in. Stone out for the Warriors. Brandon Lindsay in for the Warriors. They will in a moment. Fifi Adu is at the scorer's table. Hitting 2 of 3 was Braun. 5 of 11 from the free throw line in the opening half. Lopes. Adu in. 3.9. The Shells. Quickly to Lindsay. Lindsay driving. Gets it off at the buzzer. Doesn't go. Lopes up by 3 at the half. 46-43.
Yeah, only 6 points over the final 5 minutes and 45 seconds of the half.
Let's send it over to Kate.
Well, Coach, the good and the bad. The offense has always been strong, struggling a bit today. What have you seen in this first half?
Yeah, there is no good. I mean, talked about defense all day yesterday and in the locker room before, and then we come out here and not only don't guard, make mental mistakes. I mean, I don't get it. So we'll see what they do in the second half. I don't know what's going on.
With a team struggling like this from the line with shooting on those free throws, what do you say to them? Is those mental errors or what's going on?
I don't even care about that. We struggled all year at the free throw line. I care about this end. We're not getting any stops. It's embarrassing the way we're playing right now. So, you know, we'll have to see if our guys got any heart and have any pride. We talked about them owning the defense, and right now they're not.
All right, we wish you the best of luck in the second half. And guys, I think we kind of expected that coming. We know Dan Marley expects perfection from his team, and if nothing else, he expects heart. And if he's not seeing that, I'm guessing he has a strong message for the team at the break.
Yeah, there's going to be a tongue lashing at halftime. He's absolutely perplexed after this way his team went on the road and just crashed the glass and played hard defense. Come out here and just waste away a good first half to a first half with a poor second half to a first half. Very disappointing.
We'll step aside. Kate will be back with more. Halftime at GCU Arena with the Lopes on top of the Warriors by 3.
The Grand Canyon University Championship Golf Course features over 7,200 yards of tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, and a 22,000 square foot clubhouse. The Lope House restaurant, serving modern American cuisine, is open to the public 7 days a week. Come experience the best golf and dining destination in the heart of Phoenix. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Hey you! Are you ready? Grab your pack, grab your tent, grab your gear. Jump in. We're going on an adventure. In Arizona, there's so much to see, so much to experience. At GCU, adventure is never too far away. Offering over 200 academic programs with a Christian worldview and nestled in the heart of Phoenix, you can earn your degree in fewer than 4 years and explore everything Arizona has to offer. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/AZ roadtrip.
Welcome back. A live look inside GCU Arena right now. Constantine's Cube is entertaining this crowd at halftime, but I'll tell you what's not entertaining to Dan Marley. The score right now, the Loops only up by 3 over William Jessup. And after a strong showing on the road, the Lopes came back road warriors, but the Warriors tonight giving them quite the fight, and Dan Marley wants to see his team showing a little bit more heart in the second half. So we'll see how that all plays out. I'm Kate Longworth. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Halftime Show on Your View. And if you want to talk about putting your heart and soul into a sport, well, we've got the guys who are doing just that. I'm joined now by Coach Steve Schaefer of the women and men's swim teams, and by senior star Yusuf El Kamash. Thanks, guys, so much for being here. And Coach, let's get right to the schedule so far, and what stands out to you with what the teams have been up against?
Well, we've done really well our last few dual meets, beat Cal Baptist, and then a really good win against BYU for both the men and the women. We've got, we'll go to Las Vegas this weekend for UNLV in Wyoming, so that'll be a good test.
And the team really rising to the test when you guys are out there. And I know for you, Yusuf, you guys have a new home at the Edward J. Reese Aquatic Center. What's that been like for you?
It's been really great facility, and what's even better that the drive is shorter now. It's only 3 miles. I remember last year we had to go to the Y and we ride like 20 miles. So that wasted like almost 2 hours a day out of the day. Now it's way shorter, and I think it's a really nice facility.
Yeah, very nice, and it's always good when you have a short commute, more time in the pool, and it's paying off for you guys. Right now, you have a team high ranking of 37, and right now you're 38, starting off at 37 in college swimming. When it comes to those Division I polls, what's it mean to you guys on the team when you're showing people what you're made of nationwide?
Well, actually, it means a lot. We had like about 4 guys qualified NCAAs, 1 individual, and 3 for the relays. And honestly, I didn't think we would qualify that early, but I think we're gonna do more and better, like in the next few months. I have the WAC champs and the NCAAs, and I think we can qualify more guys, more than 4. So that's we hope to be top 25.
And we're looking forward to that. And Coach, I want to talk to you too about the women's team. 6 wins, including a 4th at Northwestern Invitational. What have you seen from the women so far?
They're getting better and better. This is the best women's team we've had so far. They're looking to place in the top 2 in the WAC this year. The best we've done is 4th, so we're trying to make a jump here. And we still have a shot at getting one of about 4 girls have a shot at NC2As, so we're working on that still.
Very exciting, and I'll get back to you in 1 second when we talk about those NCAA tournaments and qualifiers and competition coming up. But first, Yusuf, I want to go back to you. First of all, congratulations. Last week you were the WAC Swimmer of the Week, and the team overall doing so well. What's fueling your success?
I think it's being eligible to swim in the NCAA championships, and I think it's just this is the motivation for us. I set out last year because I redshirted, and that's actually my 5th year. So I've been waiting so long for GCU to be eligible for the tournament, and here we are, qualified with 5 guys, and hopefully we get more.
And perhaps it's a little incentive as well when Coach says, hey guys, what do I need to do to help you guys achieve greatness in the pool? And it was something about fear the beard. Take me through this non-shaven look.
Yeah, this is all on them. They made them a deal at the Northwestern invite early on, and if they made the goals I made for them, then I'd have to grow a beard until NC2As.
And that's March 21st and 24th, and then what if they come out on top of that?
Well, if they come out on top of that, who knows? Then I might have to keep it longer. If they win the WAC, I've got to dye it purple, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, we're looking forward to that. But meanwhile, you want to be faster in the pool, so are you doing Fear the Beard, or will we see that?
No, I'd have to shave, so I have some fast.
All right, that sounds good. Thank you guys so much for joining us here at the Halftime Show. Swim team, will they fear the beard in the second half? Dan Marley's team, I'm guessing, is going to fear Coach's words. They're going to want to go out there and turn things around. What's been happening in the first half? Well, Scott Williams, Barry Patel will break it all down when we come back. Highlights, stats, and much, much more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer science and IT. With over 200 university degree programs across 9 colleges, on campus and online, join the most inventive concept in education today. Fast-track options available with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and systems architecture. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT. At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty and student advisors. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Beautiful night in Phoenix, Arizona. Although the Lopes wish their lead was more than 3 over William Jessup. Barry Butel, Scott Williams, Kate Longworth, and our crew here at GCU Arena as the Lopes are on top 46-43. Everything was looking great. I mean, they were on fire. They were hitting threes here. Everything was going well. Their assists were matching their field goals.
Yeah, rolling.
And then what happened?
And then the wheels came right off the cart. William Jessup said, we're not having that.
Yeah.
We're not going out like that. Not up in here. And they started playing some basketball, inspired basketball. Stayed within what they wanted to do. They got some turnovers, led to some easy baskets, some points inside. I mean, GCU was owning the paint, 10-2 in that time frame that we were talking about. And then all of a sudden, William Jessup comes on. They go 14 of 8 advantage points in the paint. They win the points off a turnover 11-7. They win the second chance battle, and they win the fast break point battle. So they completely flipped the script on GCU that second half.
Well, let's take a look at our opening half highlights. We begin with a highlight dunk by Oscar Freire.
I love that one right there when Coach Marley dials that one up to start basketball games. Phillips was absolutely phenomenal. He knocks that 3 down right there. He was 3 of 3 in the first half for 7 points. Josh Braun, not to be outdone from behind the arc, he knocked down one behind the arc as well. Make that he had a pair of them by accident. I love this one by Labor, goes inside, then kicks it over to Oscar Freire on the weak side. He knocks down another one. He had 5 points in that first half, and then Blumberg's just too big, too strong. Throws a little baby hook right up over the top of the defense. He came off that bench. Nice job off of that bench tonight. They had 13 points in that first half. Jared Martin with a couple 3-point shots in that first half, and I love that one by Medeiros. He led all scorers in the first half with 13 points, and then Oscar Lever finally climbed his own number again. He was 2 of 2 for 4 points in that first half.
46-43 is the score, 63% from the field. The Lopes free throws is 5 of 11. That was definitely a downer on their end. 3-point, 7 of 12 from the arc. 16-12 the margin in assists, 8 turnovers. Had 4 blocks in the game. Again, they need to get back to what was working on early on in this opening half and pour it on against William Jessup. Here's an NAIA team that they should dominate.
Yeah, rebound the basketball, then get out and run. They were only a +4 in that first half on the glass. That's not quite enough. Got to get some stops, get out, get that fast break going again. And even if it's not the fast break, the secondary break or the flow before they have a chance to set that zone defense, because they got some havoc in that zone defense, caused some turnovers, got some deflections, gave them a lot of confidence to go down the other end and be able to score.
All right, we shall see, but we'll have more here from GCU Arena with Kate Longworth as we continue with our halftime festivities from Phoenix on Your View.
I've been to other colleges, and GCU is the most student-friendly campus that I've been in.
I work full-time, I have a young family. Coming to class at night after work has been perfect with my schedule.
It allows me to still, work a 50 to 60 hour week, but also come to school.
I could have gone online, but I like the in-class experience.
I work full-time, and I'm also a parent, so having evening classes have been the best option for me.
Well, my favorite part of the program has definitely been the students and the faculty, especially the students. Our cohort has been really close, and we've become friends even outside of class.
We all have a relationship now, and it really helps you get through the program.
The professors have all been great.
The focus on the individual students is unlike any other campus I've been in.
What I've learned throughout my curriculum here at GCU I've been able to apply on multiple levels.
It is one night a week, so it's a lot easier to attend classes, especially since I like the in-person interaction.
I know this knowledge is going to help me.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
We're just getting ready for second half action here at GCU Arena. Not the score Dan Marling was hoping his team would have over the Warriors of William Jessup right now, only a 3-point lead. And that's in part to Medeiros leading the way for all scorers with 13 points, and Phillips with 11 for the Warriors. Also with 11 for the Lopes, Josh Braun, the Bear, and the rating WAC player of the week, Lavers, has 8 points to his name. I'm Kate Longworth. We're going to be ready for tip-off here in the second half, but first I'm joined by Kelly Dahlman. You might recognize her from our volleyball telecast, but tonight she's in her other role as the marketing events planner, and she's also in charge of the Junior Lopes Club. We see how these games are such a family event, but tell me, Kelly, a little bit about what the Junior Lopes Club is all about.
Yeah, so the Junior Lopes Club is a free membership program that we have for kids in 6th grade or below, and they can sign up for free GCU gear, promo items, and special invites to sports events around campus.
And it's so awesome for kids because when they come out here, they have all the gear, they have everything they need to cheer on the team. And Jenna, you're a member of the Junior Lopes team, our Lopes Club. What's your favorite GCU sport to watch?
Basketball.
How come? Is it fun out here?
Yeah.
It definitely is a great time. And Riley, why don't you take me through what your favorite thing is about being a part of the Junior Lopes Club?
To come in to see the Lopes games.
It is a lot of fun. And Aubrey, you're already dancing. What's your favorite part of the club?
Go Lopes!
Kissing it off. That's worthy of a mic drop. Guys, I hate to put the pressure on, but when you just see a Junior Lope finish it off like that, I'm just going to send it over to you and say, hey, top that, and let's see if the Lopes can top that in the second half.
There you do it. Yeah, it's hard to top that, but hopefully the Lopes will have a better second half. As you look at information for the Junior Lopes Club membership, open to kids 6th grade and younger. Free admission to selected games. Junior Lopes at gcu.edu. Just send in your email, or you can mail Junior Lopes Club membership at 3300 West Camelback Road, Phoenix, Arizona 85017. Great family-friendly entertainment. Kids of all ages can come on out and enjoy GCU basketball. It's a great, great atmosphere for all ages. We are underway here in the second half, and Lopes fans will remain on their feet till they hit the opening bucket. De La Viega, bounce pass. Rayco is near side for the Warriors. Lindsay, De La Viega, eyed by Braun, his former teammate at Westwind Prep. Lindsay loses a handle. Frayer, look out. Can't get it off, and coming back quickly was Lindsay. As Oscar Frayer was eyeing a takeoff.
Yeah, he was on runway number 4 there, getting ready to take off. As you said, nice hustle play after the turnover to get back into it and swat that basketball out of bounds.
Braun, turnaround jumper, good. Fans can take a seat.
Josh Braun, he's got to get this team off to a fast start. He and Casey Benson, Keontae Vernon. Heck, this whole starting group needs to come out quick. They got one stop. Can they swing 2 or 3 stops together in a row?
Rick Coes leaves it for De La Viega. Moves to his left. Ray Coes takes it back. He looks to his right. Lindsay. Swarmed by Laver and Benson. Threaded the needle. De La Viega has an open look for 3, but it rings out. Rebound underneath. Put back, not there for Medeiros.
Then Keontae Vernon had it banged off of his shin and out of bounds.
Warriors to inbound.
Tell you, Medeiros, he was a half part good and probably 2 parts lucky in that first half with some of those jumpers that he had that banked off the glass unintentionally and fell for him.
Medeiros, Frayer put a stop to that. Vernon to Benson. Back to Frayer. Bounce pass, turning to the bucket. Laver. Oh, look at that.
man, that's a truck move right there. Got to give him the truck sound call for that one. Nice job by the young fella. He's been real aggressive when he catches his ball down on the block. He just puts that body on him. Just was right up and through the defender.
Quick timeout, 18:44 to go. 7-point lead, increased by 4 early on here.
Fans, tonight we have some very special guests in the crowd.
Be sure to participate and attend the 8th annual Run to Fight Children's Cancer here at GCU on March 10th. Starts at 7 a.m. All proceeds are donated directly to the Phoenix Children's Hospital and the Children's Cancer Network. There will be a 10K, a 5K that I'm trying to get Scott to join me in, and a Cancer Survivors Run Walk. For more information, go to runtofightcancer.com.
How far is the walk? How far do you got to walk? You have to walk a whole 5K?
It's like a lap around campus. I mean, we could do it's 5K is 3 miles, right?
Like water out or anything?
They have plenty of water. You can stay hydrated.
I'm on the fence on that one right now. I love to support a good cause. No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
I think we'll get everybody to go on. Cage, Rich, Rockin' Rich.
Oh, hold on now.
Pete Gordon,
if Kate's
award-winning director,
I might get out.
If Pete goes, you go.
Oh, Pete's in good shape, though.
He is good shape. All right, look for us. We'll be at the end of the mob. The Sea of Humanity. We'll be at the back end of it.
Chandler's got a 5K this Saturday.
Oh, you're gonna
maybe I go down there. I sneak down there and see if I can get 3.5 out of that 5. Get tune up the 5K.
How come I just don't believe you? Well, we got till March 10th. We'll see if we can crack.
What is going on? We got players on the floor. We got the dance squad. We got the pep band. We got the cheerleaders. We get these girls off the floor so we can get this game started.
A little bit longer timeout than anticipated. This will make it interesting if the dance line did stay out there.
Make
be like the Stanford Cardinal marching band.
Make the GCU defense a little bit stronger. I think in the second half we can keep them out there all half.
Well, they're doing well. They're 2 of 2 from the field to open the second half, while the Warriors are 0 of 3. Aver makes it a 3-point play. Lindsay, De La Viega, near side, back out, it goes, bounce pass down low, nice bucket by Medeiros.
Oscar Freire got caught. He got caught thinking Medeiros was coming up over the top. He took one step up and then went right back door. Nice play by the timeout by that coaching staff.
Marley wants Blumberg's up. He's at the scorers table. Freire. Benson in the corner to Braun. Braun inside Vernon. Back over to Benson. Bounce pass. Labor. In.
Pretty much everything Labor throws up finds the bottom of the basket. This kid has been on fire these last 3 games.
13 for Allen. Rico's. Phillips. Hands it off for Medeiros. De La Viega. Big sweeping turn, left hand. Labor's going to be called.
Labor's thought he got in good position outside the restricted area, but look at this, just this little knife to the left there. Gets to the outside of Labor's body, and unfortunately, some time ago, that call was changed to go against the defender and reward the offensive player for being aggressive, and a lot of big guys pick up fouls that way that are so frustrating.
Vernon to take a seat. Blumberg's in for Keontae. Benson. Adu is over at the scorer's table. Freire. Line by Medeiros. Labor. Looked inside, had to come back out to Benson. Braun beyond the arc. Moves to his right. Looking to move. Stops, pops. Good.
That was a nice job there, getting that ball in the high post area there. Right up on the top of the key and then just probing that right side.
De La Viega backing in on Braun.
This kid's nice. De La Viega. I learned how to say his name now. Am I getting closer?
No,
yeah, the way he's been playing, he's been so aggressive now. He's 4-9. He got 9 points here.
Blumbergs. Benson. Flair. Just inside the arc. Back up. Blumbergs pulls down the 3 attempt. Driving floater off the glass and in.
That's something Blumbergs couldn't have done early in his rookie, it's a freshman year. Now he's got confidence to put the ball on the floor.
Tipped out. De La Viega picked it up. Phillips with the errant shot. Took it to the glass. Lindsay takes the return from Phillips. 10 on the shot clock. 9, 8, 7, 6. Driving left hand and in right by Laver.
You can't expect Lavers to guard him one-on-one out there like that. You always got to come over and step into that driving lane.
Benson, Frayer looking for 3, finds it.
That's why I was curious to see if we'd see the same team that started the half or we'd see a tentative team, and we're seeing a very aggressive GCU basketball team. Unfortunately, they get burned at the bucket once again.
Phillips with the easy put back after the drive by Lindsay. Benson drives.
Casey Benson, the lefty that loves to drive right, keeping the pressure on the D. We're going to get a timeout here under 4, but GCU much better job offensively here to start this second half. It's just those transition buckets and the points in the paint that I got to figure out.
Timeout on the floor. 6 for 6 in the second half are the Lopes, 60-52. They lead it by 8. Quite the festivities here on Thunder's birthday as Kate is trying to track him down and trying to give him some TV time, you know, with all the other mascots. Let's send it over to Kate to celebrate. Kate's getting knocked in the head.
This might be the most exciting interview ever because I've heard Thunder is a big talker. Can we get some words out of you on your birthday?
Oh, yeah. Karate Kid. Yeah, I love that.
Got it. I guess Barry speaks Thunder's talk. Well, first of all, we want to wish Thunder a very happy birthday. He's got his friends here in the house. I saw Baxter from the Diamondbacks here. We've got everyone representing from Striker to Spirit. And Coyotes, I think, are in the house somewhere, too. So it is a big party here, all for Thunder. And we just wish you the best. And guys, people say sometimes I have one-sided interviews. I don't think it's really fair to put this one on me.
Wow.
I mean, I'm asking the right questions. I'm just not getting the right answers. You want me to keep talking?
Oh my goodness, what's going on?
Uh-oh.
Oh, a little bit.
Cut.
Whoa, Thunder.
It is his birthday, you know.
Yeah, I guess that will give him some celebrities there, but
we got himself a little
Here
sugar on his birthday.
What's going on? Thunder hats are in the house with the Havocs.
That's the Fiesta Bowl mascot right there. I know that one.
Howler's in the house of the Coyotes. The Rattlers mascot. Braun turning around. And it's Jack Braun stepping up here in the second half.
Yeah, he really has taken over the scoring title here in this game. 17 points now, 6 of 8 shooting. Remember, he came out red hot. He knocked down a couple threes early in this game, so he's got it going here again in the second half.
Because it's called moving that screen.
Now you hand that ball off. As soon as you turn your hip into that defender, you're going to get whistled every time. Lopes back up to a double-digit advantage, looking to try to add it on this possession.
Devon Stone harassing Benson. He brings it across center court. Martin in the game, turning just beyond the arc. Phillips in the corner. Adu. Oh, Braun and his teammate, left wing prepper, like they're on the wrestling squad. De La Viega and Braun.
I think Braun's going to win that matchup every time. I like that, though. I like a couple guys, you know, hey, just because we were teammates once in the past doesn't mean I'm not going to try to battle out here with you. They go to the floor, no harm, no foul. Side out of bounds, let's keep playing on.
De La Viega, his dad coached at Westwind Prep, coached his son, and when they were on the youth team with Casey Benson. You know there's a little bit on the line there. A little bit of pride.
Some bragging rights.
Braun's looking for three. Oh, it's off the mark to the left. Blumberg's got a hand on it. He took it away from De La Vega.
Oh, give me that candy, son.
Oh, Braun wants it back. Oh, bam!
Well, second chance points. That's always going to be huge on a stat sheet. Get those extra possession. They had 3. Braun just doubled that total.
Braun stepping up in the leadership category.
One more time. Look at Blumberg. Just give me that. And then he just grabs it away and then throws it right over to Braun. And he's able to get it up before Medeiros can get back in the picture and play that defense. He just cracks up another 3.
Oh, Majoy hands it off. De La Vega kicks it out. Antonio Lewis hands it off. Javon Stone. Looking for 3, long way away. Blumbergs took it away again.
Blumberg's adding some muscle in the second half of the season.
Oh, Martin's going to be called. Backing in.
Coach Marley doesn't like it. I don't know exactly what he does. I missed the action underneath, but I know Jared Martin was trying to establish low post position, but officials saying he used too much hands when trying to back down.
6 boards for Blumbergs in the game. Majoy called for the offensive foul. Milstead across the center court. Eyed there by Javon Stone. Oh, careful. Martin quickly to Blumbergs. Fifi stops, gonna shoot. Not there. Put back. Martin tried to get a hand on it. Pulled down by Emajoye. Stone slices in. Underneath. What happened there?
He got away with a walk. He ran into a series of white jerseys underneath down there. And he got away with a walk and was able to find his teammates before the officials realized what happened in that sea of humanity.
3rd and 8 at the 45 after that run. Milstead driving, left hand, whistle called.
Let's see now, Milstead, little freshman. I always want to call him a rookie, but he's fearless about driving that ball in amongst the trees and trying to get some body contact. I love this one right here. Just gets that little brush screen up on the top and then takes it right underneath there and gets that body contact. We've seen him finish a number of those plays after that contact, get the bucket.
Gets up on those tiptoes on the free throw. Presses on. Martin. Ball threading through is Javon Stone. Milstead hits the deck. Stone underneath. Oh. Braun stoned it. Foul called on Josh. And Joy couldn't put it home.
Joy wanted to slam this thing hard with the right hand, and Josh Braun said, "Not up in here. You got to go to the free throw line and earn those 2."
25% free throw shooter coming in, 3 of 12. Labor back off the bench at the scorer's table.
In the ballgame for the Phillips, number 25.
That's your night. Guy was 3 of 12. He went up there and made those like he was Larry Bird, the foreman, the way those things hit back rim and went down for him.
Milstead. Man, he's like the mad dribbler, though, man. He puts the ball on the floor a lot.
He does, and that's where he's going to have to learn the times when he can attack, putting the ball on the floor, when he's got to realize he's got to run the defense, too. I like the pick in the backcourt, gives him the head of the steam, attacking the big. But now if there's nothing there, can you get your team into its set? And that's what the young freshman still going to have to learn how to do.
He's got the free throws down.
Money at that line.
This form, man, he really just springs up. He's on his tiptoes when he shoots.
Even our commentator Jinx didn't stop him from making it.
Stone eyed by Milstead. To his right, Lewis. If he got a hand in there, he's going to be called.
That's about the only thing this half that Lopes haven't done very well. They've committed too many fouls. That's a 16 foul now. So with 12:49 left to go, William Jessup will be going to that free throw line on each GCU foul.
Second on Fifi Adu. Stone. Had a bounce pass right at Labor. Adu looks left, right. Oh my. Just took out Jake Jackson, the GCU videographer down there.
They're trying to do a little too much with it. He had Braun on his left wing, who's been hot behind three-point line, and he tried to jump up and fake like he was going to shoot it to draw the defender to him and then pass it over to the man on the right wing. It's just too much. Don't try to think too much for everybody out there on the floor. Just make a simple pass. Make the defense have to make a play.
Dill, Lewis. Trying to move on Adu, swarmed under there. Loose ball, Adu brings it up. He's got Milstead to his right, leaves it for Damari. Oh, look at that. Foul called.
Don't see that every day.
No.
Well, I like that one. That was a little bit better break. First of all, I like the fact that Adu does not hang his head. He goes back and makes a great defensive play and leads the break. Now he makes a simple play. Makes the defender commit, then dumps the ball off to his buddy who gets fouled. We already know how good he's been at the free throw line here in the second half. He barely touches the net, let alone the rim.
Perfect product placement with the Nike logo. Wedged in. 5 of, oh, I won't say that. 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
Look at the Lopes now. They come out, they got a 15-point advantage now, and all of a sudden they come out here in this full court trapping defense.
Dill gets it up though, good work. Medeiros all the way back over to Luke Walker. Walker to his left, eyed by Milstead, bounce pass down low. Elatoye trying to move on Labor, kick back out. Medeiros eyed by Martin. Martin's got a hand in his face. Medeiros to his right. Braun comes over for support. Trying to drive there was Walker. In and out again. Oh, Amajoye had it. They want to give it back to him, apparently. Underneath Dill, he loses the handle.
Well, they got a whistle underneath. They got a foul, personal foul on GCU player.
Martin.
Warriors are going to line.
71-56 the score. The Lopes on top here in the second half. 11:44 to go on your view.
Earning your RN to BSN degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. Finding your purpose takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience delivering our accredited RN to BSN program 100% online. Graduate in as few as 16 months, learning from full-time practicing nurse faculty in small classes. Integrate your education with your faith and Christian worldview.
Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. The Grand Canyon University Championship Golf Course features over 7,200 yards of tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, and a 22,000 square foot clubhouse. The Lope House Restaurant, serving modern American cuisine, is open to the public 7 days a week. Come experience the best golf and dining destination in the heart of Phoenix. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder
Against
tomorrow.
Kansas City, and then on Saturday, it's that rematch of Chicago State that they just played and took those victories on the road against those two teams. And then it's on the road, February 8th at UTRGV, and the one they have circled on the calendar, February 10th at New Mexico State, looking for a little revenge. And at the end of February, back on the 22nd here against Seattle University, and then they close off February against Utah Valley. And guys, we were talking with Paul Coro, the Lopes insider, and he was saying this really could be a 3-team WAC race, and we'll see how it's all decided come March.
Astudillo connects on the front end. Free throw line, William Jessup doing a great job. 7 or 8 tonight.
Yeah, they haven't gotten there a lot, but when they've gotten there, they've been able to knock them down.
Also doing a good job on the offensive glass. 9-5 margin over the Lopes. Laver down low, turn around, and he's got that move down.
Yeah, that's just having that extra 4 inches of height and another 4 inches in arm length to go right up over top of a defender. And like they're not even there. And this is a guy that's averaging 26 points in his last 2. He's got 15 tonight on 7 of 10 shooting.
Lopes hitting 9 of 11 from the field, 7 of 7 from the free throw line, and 2 of 3 from the arc. Walker puts it in off the glass.
When Laver gets a little more seasoning, he'll be there to get that blocked shot. He's about a click late right now, being able to follow that guy to the bucket and swatting that one from the side.
They do. Milstead, Martin. Oh, Martin tried to get it back over to Fifi Adu, but knocked out by Medeiros.
Martin likes to pass that basketball, but I'd say, hey, when you knocked out a couple early in the game, come out here in the second half and look for a couple more of those opportunities from behind the arc. Don't be so quick to swing it.
Martin, pulled down. Laver and some traffic. Turn around left hand. That's not there. And Majoye picks it down. Luke Walker, New Orleans native. Showing his ball skills. Little handoff. Oh, long distance. Luis Medeiros.
Medeiros knocking him down from behind the arc. He knocked that one down. He's got 4 3-point shots now. He's 4 of 5 from behind the arc.
Laver off the glass. Nice feed from Martin.
William Jessup's banging away from the outside. Laver is doing his thing underneath. He's 8 of 12, 17 points underneath.
Well, look at the crossover there by Luis Medeiros, who's having a career night.
This guy might play out there in that small conference out in California, but there's no doubt in my mind there's not a couple of WAC teams would like to have him on their squad.
County, California native.
Well, Medeiros, he led all scorers in the first half with 13, and he's been able to fool a couple of these GCU defenders, once on a backdoor cut, and that one just with a little crossover between the legs dribble. He's got 20.
Shooting coming into the game 40% from the arc, and as you mentioned, 4 of 5 from the 3-point strike.
He had 5 from behind the arc against Menlo on Saturday, so he's right on pace to get another 5 or 6-point game behind the arc.
Matt Jackson in the game, Oscar Freyer in the game, Casey Benson in the game. All rings out for Laver. 11-point lead. Vernon and Blombergs are going to get up. De La Viega over to Phillips. Their leading scorer. De La Viega driving baseline, leaves underneath, and look who's there, and nobody. Lewis puts it in. Benson. Martin. Laver backing in. Oh, De La Viega got a hand in on it. Third on De La Viega.
Laver's just punishing their bigs underneath. It doesn't matter if it's Amajoy or offense. Phillips right now. Kids play with a lot of confidence, and what he's doing is establishing his position early. And when the ball gets rotated, he's beating the defenders back to the spot where he needs to get that angle to receive the pass, making it real easy for the passer to be able to find them underneath. But he's not laying in the bucket, rather, they're fouling him. He's going to the free throw line where he's doing damage from the line tonight. 3 or 4, looking to go 4 or 5 on this shot.
Assist.
He's been a much-needed blow here. Kid's got 20 points. 26 against UMKC, 28 against Chicago State. He's got 20 again tonight. When was the last time we saw a true freshman go for 3 games in a row and hit 20-plus points?
Caleb Villegas trying to get the shot up, and he's stoned by Frere.
Smothered.
Chicken, man. 10 on the shot clock. Phillips swarmed by Matt Jackson. Nowhere to go. 4, 3. Lewis. Floater off the glass. Not there. Oh, Lumber's got a hand on it. Vernon was able to grab it. Benson in the corner. Jackson down low. Lumber's. Phillips took it away. Phillips cuts in. Back over. Luke Walker.
Oh, we got a mismatch out here.
Walker stopping and popping.
Yeah, he was a big guy on skates, and Lumbers didn't want any part of that. That's when the guards got to come over and just run at the smaller player.
Casey Benson takes it off the glass.
We said William Jessup could score, and they were going to be close to getting their 80 points tonight. We were looking at the first half, but about 5.5 to go, they were on 40, and now they've really picked up the pace here in this second half. They got 69 with 8 minutes to go. GCU's already got 80. They've been averaging about 84 their last 2 games out.
28 of 41, 68.3% shooting. Lopes, Benson. Driving, left hand, right hand, underhand, and in. Why aren't they just uncontested?
Yeah, he dribbled the ball 90 feet to the front of the rim and laid it in underhand. Trying to drive a coaching staff batty.
De La Viega bounce pass. Lewis trying to go underhand, not there. Jackson. Benson's going to pick it up. Go by Walker.
See if he gets to the front of the rim this time.
Slowing it down. Benson kicks it out. Jackson, short. Oh, come on, that's twice. And the logo in the same position.
I'm going to go get a lottery ticket. Because I don't know if I've ever seen that happen twice in a week, let alone twice in a game.
Timeout on the floor. 82-6. As we are talking about Alessandro Lever, and we continue to talk him up here the last few games. Coming into the game, 26+ points per game average, 20 points here tonight. This fab freshman is lighting it up.
Yeah, he's just beasting guys right now in and around the basket. You got to love when a guy's playing with confidence the way he has tonight, whether it's a left shoulder turn or just a simple dribble the ball right to the basket, pull-up jump shot, getting it off the offensive end. I love this. Is my favorite one tonight. That resulted in a 3-point play against a tall defender. He's been able to knock down. He even had one that he kind of missed with a shot. It's when you're on fire, it just kind of buzzes against the rim and the backboard, still finds a way to go in the bucket. So he's got 20 points tonight and counting.
Last 3 games, 27 of 36 from the field. Another clutch performer is with Kate Longworth.
I think that's saying it right. I mean, I think that Thunder's birthday brought him out here, right? Luis Gonzalez joining me right now. And what do you think, Gonzo, of the atmosphere here? I know you've been to a couple Lopes games.
I did. My son's always talked about it, so it was awesome coming out here today and see how supportive all the students are here, the student athletes. And I love Dan. I loved when he played. We're good friends, and to see his intensity on the floor, it carries over to the team.
Yeah, exactly. Did you ever see Dan as friends, and when he was a player, did you see him in this coaching role like this?
I know when he's upset. You can see it out there on the floor. So same intensity that he played with carries over to these guys, and it'll make them better people, not only now as basketball players, but when they're done playing.
And you mentioned your son telling you about what it's all like out here. What has it been like for you to share your love for the game with Jacob? Obviously, he was drafted this past summer. The only hard thing about that, drafted to the Giants.
I know. I'm so proud of him. He's worked so hard to get to where he's at. He had committed to college, but he got drafted pretty high, so he took that, and he's continued to work hard. He's grown up in a locker room his whole life, so hopefully he'll get that opportunity to play in the big leagues.
And in just a couple of weeks, the offseason goes so fast for the players. I know they'll be taking the field for spring training after last year's great run. What are you anticipating for the
Yeah,
team?
it's an exciting time. Our front office has worked tirelessly this whole offseason. Our players are real excited after getting a small taste of being in the playoffs. We hope that this year they can go out there and do it again.
All right, thank you very much, Luis Gonzalez, breaking it down out here, enjoying the game, and of course, Thunder's birthday. And he talked about his son, Jacob, and his daughters also pursuing their dreams in college in LA.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you, Luis Gonzalez.
Gonzo's the man.
He is. Game 7 hero.
Oh, I went to D-backs playoff game this year against the Dodgers.
Great
I
energy,
got a
huh?
suite. Yeah, I got a suite now.
Oh, really?
Well, I got the suite. They got another suite for next year. So I got like 2 for 1 kind of a thing. And we got to go. We got to figure out a game to go to.
That would be nice to go to the suite. Yeah. I didn't know you had a suite.
That's how I roll.
Great excitement around the Diamondbacks. Wish them all the success this upcoming season. It'd be great if JD would stick around. Such a lovely city, Phoenix, JD. In the corner, the Warriors. Lascelles trying to move on Jackson, unsuccessful. Lewis kicks it back out. Lindsay. Of course, Jacob Gonzalez was going to go to TCU, where the Lopes will open up their new stadium against the Horned Frogs. We'll have that game here on Yearview. Bounce pass, nice play, but not there. Freer got enough on Medeiros.
I learned something from earlier in the second half. Medeiros likes to go back door.
Blumberg's patiently off the glass.
Nice job by Blumberg's there, weaving his way around a body to get to the front of the basket and get that thing in. 15-point GCU advantage, under 6 to play.
6-0 run over the last 2:07 for the Lopes. The Warriors looking for their first bucket. 2 minutes, 18 seconds and counting. 5:40 and counting on the clock. Long distance. Oh, the Havocs are going to let Luis Medeiros know about that. Casey Benson, a new career high with 10 assists. Had 9 a couple of times, including the last game at UMKC.
That's one thing Benson's been able to do real well. Moving that basketball, kicks it ahead. So unselfish. I mean, he could score more if he was more selfish with the basketball, but he loves getting his teammates involved. On a pace for a double-double tonight. He's got 9 points. So he's got one more bucket or free throw and himself another double-double on the season. He's one of those guys on the starting lineups that we highlighted tonight. He's going to be able to take care of that basketball. He had 15 assists over his last 2 games and only 1 turnover. So doing it again with the assists tonight.
Phillips fouls Laver.
About the only hiccup Lavers has had. Yep. He almost got, he's missed 4 field goals, now he's missed 2 free throws. But Casey Benson, going back to him again, I mean, his assist to turnover ratio, it's just been incredible. He's got 25 assists over his last 3 games and only 1 turnover. No turnovers tonight for Benson.
Nice. Laver 5 of 7 though from the free throw line. 21 points. Gill. Josh Braun with a foul. That is his 4th.
Josh Braun kind of underestimated the speed of Dill. He got up on him and then run him off that 3-point line. I think Dill was a little faster than old JB thought he would be. Got that advantage, and Braun had to commit that foul. Now that's his 4th. He's got a couple tonight where he had the foul, stopping a dunk. It hadn't all been dumb fouls, but he's got to be careful in his next at least couple minutes. But 5:07 to play. I won't say that this game is over. I mean, it's looking pretty good. But you still got to be careful.
Dill connects. Been solid from the free throw line, 4 of 4. Spokane, Washington native. Benson crosses center court. Looking to his left. Vaughn. Bounce pass. Favor. Benson's coming over. He's going to look for 3. Oh, Casey Benson. Nice to see long distance.
That was nice. We had a little scissor cut, split cut, whatever you want to call it, out on the perimeter there after they dumped the ball inside. I'll tell you what, that Labor can pass that basketball. He got 3 assists tonight.
First career double-double for Casey Benson. 12 points, 10 assists. Warriors aren't going away quietly.
I'm enjoying again. He's 3 of 4. He got himself 8 points. A couple from the free throw line. He's in a nice game.
Dill's going to be called, fouling Braun.
Just one more time. Just a little split cut there. Maybe a little pick there by Braun to help his buddy out. Give him Casey Benson that much room. He's going to knock it down. First career triple-double. Congratulations, young man. I got a lot of guys out here doing a nice job tonight. Braun set the tone early with a couple threes. Labor's been solid all game long. Casey Benson here late in this game with the assists and the outside shooting. Points for GCU now.
Under goes the season high in Las Vegas against Morgan State. Throwing it up there was Lewis, doesn't go. Labor leaves for Benson. Under 4 to go. They do. Vaughn, he wants 3. Ooh, front rim, rebound, picked up by Javon Stone. De La Viega kicks it out. Lewis off the mark. Phillips takes it away. Backing in, turnaround, short. Dill tried to swat at it. Vernon. Benson.
Martin might call timeout there and empty his bench, get some of those guys like Sheik and Kim Kerwin-Smith that don't get a chance to get in the game so much and on this possession.
Labor wants 3 more. That rings out. They do call it up over the top. Timeout on the floor. The Lopes on top, 90-73 over William Jessup. We'll be back with the remaining 2:51 from GCU Arena after this timeout.
Founded on the belief that the entrepreneurial dream is an engine that drives innovation forward in a global marketplace, the Colangelo College of Business educates and develops values-driven business leaders. Our graduates exemplify the principles of servant leadership and entrepreneurship. GCU's strong Christian identity informs the education you receive, integrating our Christian values with the business curriculum. The college features more than 25 programs from the bachelor through the master's level, catering to traditional, evening, and online students. These programs serve a diverse set of aspiring business professionals who not only learn in the classroom, but gain real-world experience operating actual businesses. Our students also receive unique access to Jerry Colangelo's legendary experience, leadership, and connections throughout the business world. Find out more at gcu.edu/business.
I am Laura Lozoya, and I am majoring in biology with an emphasis in pre-med at Grand Canyon University. The dorm life at GCU definitely helped me build relationships, and I've made great friends on this campus. The quality education here is great. You're testing your limits, but you're going beyond them. It all comes together. The sciences, the ethics, and just everything. It's a beautiful thing.
Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
89-78 final, and UTRGV. It was a close one, but they could not handle Seattle University. And the big upset tonight, guys, William Jessup taking care of things at Kansas City. And they are a liberal arts school in Liberty, Missouri, with just over 900 students. They went out there, upset Kansas City in a big way, with Pete Hayes leading the way for all scores with 31 points.
Bill's had a good night.
Wofford. Well, all you have to say is North Carolina got beat by Wofford. So on any given night, right?
Well, you know, we don't. I know I don't say it enough, but Beth Bachman, Jared Donnins, all the information they give us make us sound like we actually know it. At least for me, at least that makes me sound somewhat aware of what's going on, and they do a fantastic job.
Yeah.
So does everybody on the crew. Never miss a shot.
Yeah, Rock and Rich, and Pete, all the camera guys, Beth, Jared. I don't know what I'd do without them. And so they're on top of these stats. They highlight stuff for me, slide you pieces of paper to give you stuff as well, and really do a nice job.
Yeah. Got the best in the business right here. Benson. They do. Far side. Bounce pass into Labor. Turn around. Goes in.
Oh, the kid has had the magic touch. Wow. Every time he's put on his uniform the last three games. It's been absolutely phenomenal. Got 23 tonight and go with 26 and 28 on the road. I can't do the math fast enough to figure out what that average is. But he's doing it in a high percentage shooting too. The 9 of 14 tonight. Some really high percentages away from home.
Want some more. Oh! That's some more.
Yeah. On fire.
In the ball game for Warriors, number 1.
Going to bring in Luke Walker.
Just one more time here by Labor. Just gets a little down screen. Normally it's Labor setting the screen for Benson. This like Benson setting it for the hot man.
Lewis for 3.
Lewis for 3.
7 for Lewis. That's it. Moves around Stone. Minute and a half to go. Vernon. Turn in. Big right hand. Rebound. Pulled down by Dill. Dill trying to find Stone with some help from Walker. Lewis turning. Big right hand. Short. Vernon. Approaching a minute to go. Lopes on top. We're in their 15th game of the season.
1 minute remaining in the second half.
Benson. Inside Labor. Look out. Right hand. That's flat. Pulled down by Walker. Bounce pass. Lajoye turning. Underhand. And Labor's going to be called.
Ball called on the Lopes, number 25, Alessandro Labor. Third personal, 10th team foul. Putting the Lopes under the double team foul limit. Oliver Namajoy, issue 2.
Well, Labor has logged 29 minutes of action tonight. And he is 10 of 15 from the field and 5 of 7 for the line. 25 points. So almost a point a minute man.
41 and counting. Benson bothered by Stone. They do. Quickly. Labor pulls down. They do's got a little bit of room right-handed in. They do's first bucket. 17 points in the second half for Alessandro Lever. Team obviously responding to whatever Dan Marley was fired up about at halftime with only a 3-point lead, and that'll do it. Lopes win it by 16, 96-80.
A much better second half. They got their offense clicking to go again. A little bit better job defensively. A lot of buckets late by the Warriors, but when the game was supposed to be on the line, and they decided when the Lopes stepped up.
Lopes win it, their 15th of the season, 96-80. Stay with us. We'll have Dan Marley's post-game press conference. We'll have our player of the game, revisit our 3 keys, provide your final stats from GCU Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. Lopes win it.
I'm Dewey, a student here at GCU studying communications. My dad graduated from GCU in 2009, and he is definitely bleeding purple. He loves GCU to the max. Me choosing to follow in his footsteps was the best idea I could have chosen. I absolutely love sports, playing them and watching them, and I could talk about them all day. GCU has made it possible for me to pursue my passion of becoming a sports broadcaster. The program they had here and the direction it could take me was exactly what I wanted and what I needed. Knowing that I could talk to a professor or a counselor about literally anything that has to do with my academia or even just my personal life was encouraging and exciting to know. The friends and the roommates that I've had in the last 3 years have made my quality of life 1,000 times better. I am a GCU Lope, and I will forever always be one.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
0.4% field goal percentage. 18 of 26 from the line. 3-point field goals, 10 of 19. The assists, 29-19. Turnovers, 12 turnovers for the Lopes. 7 blocks to 1 by William Jessup. Big win here, 16 points. That opening half, 3-point lead at the half, but they certainly responded. I'm sure Coach Marley was peeling the paint off the walls there at the halftime. And Braun came out on fire. Lever came out on fire. You can't say enough about Alessandro Lever the last few games.
Yeah, no, but they both played really well. Coach Casey Benson in that mix, the way he was dishing that ball and knocking down the shots when he had an advantage. They played a solid 30 minutes of basketball tonight. I mean, just the last 10 minutes of the first half, the game got a little sideways on them. But like you said, Marley wanted to see how his team was going to respond when he was talking with Kate before the break. And they came back and they responded well. It took care of the basketball better, just 4 turnovers in the second half.
Well, let's chat about our player of the game, and who else but Alessandro Lever, 25 points in the game.
Well, he was wonderful. I love the way he makes his presence felt around the basket. Guys have confidence throwing in the ball because they know he's going to take care of it. Doesn't turn it over a lot when he gets it down there. Doesn't bring it down and get it stripped. He's got confidence for good, seeing that ball go to the basket, getting to the foul line. And that gives him confidence to be able to knock down a 16, 18-foot jump shot from out front or on the baseline. Just very efficient once again tonight.
25 points, 10 of 16 from the field, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 28 minutes of work, 17 points in the second half. Alessandro Lever on a roll, 10 of 16 from the field, not bad, and he was owning the low post. He's got that turnaround right hand. Money.
Yeah, he doesn't waste a whole lot of time, and he's got the advantage. He just whips them. And left shoulder turn, right hand jump hook, right shoulder turn, turnaround jump shot. He's got it all working.
And the other big, Blumbergs, he was 4 of 4 from the field. He had 9 points and
we're not even
rebounds.
talking about it, right? He had a great game off of that pine. We looked for some guys that come in off that pine and provide a lift. Jared Martin did that as well. I thought Milstead came in there. He was aggressive taking the ball to the basket.
Casey Benson has mentioned a double-double in the game, his first career.
I love that. That was one of the early plays of the game, taking off the top of that defense. And there was, one of those deals where he came out, he had 5 assists quick, and the team was 12 field goals on 12 assists to start the game. I had to check that and see if that's a GCU record to start a basketball game. And after you pass the ball a couple times, they stop thinking that you can score, and he was an opportunistic scorer there, and they just ran him off a couple, picks away from the ball.
12 points, 10 assists. Casey Benson. Let's send it into the post-game press conference area. Kate Longworth with Paul Coro.
Well, you better believe we're going to ask Dan Marley what his message to this team was at halftime, because they certainly responded in the second half. But it really was a tale of 2 different teams, first half to second half. What'd you see?
Well, I think the one thing that stayed consistent was offensively. They were pretty strong all game. Obviously, they were trading baskets too much throughout the game. I think even into the second half, probably didn't turn as quickly as he'd like. This was a night where he was hoping to play a lot of guys, get deep in the bench. They did stay sharp offensively, and I think that's been the big carryover from previous games because they're going inside out. Ali Labor has 3 20-plus point games in a row. They've scored 80-plus for 4 in a row. They, shot over 50% for the 3rd straight game. So lots of good offensive things for a team that had been looking to improve in that area. Defensively, obviously, they got to get back to their reputation because that's not what we've seen all season.
Yeah, I think, Dan, that was exactly what he said not to happen in this game. He said this team has so many impressive defensive stats, and he wanted them to keep building on that. And we saw him go a different way. Do you think this is just a matter of you go on the road, a couple tough conference games, you come back here and you're kind of focused on Utah Valley Saturday, or just not doing the small things? What did you see the breakdown in defense amount?
It seemed like they relaxed a lot of times after scoring. I didn't see them hustling back defensively as much. Definitely not as physically on the defensive end as usual. Rebounding, I would say for the most part was fine. I don't remember a lot of second chance things that they gave up, but they let some 3-point shooters get away from guys. I don't think that were on the scouting report necessarily as shooters hit the 3 because we know they guard the 3 well. But just the intensity wasn't there. Hey, it's a win. As we were talking before we came on air, UMKC lost to William Jessup tonight, and that's an NAIA team. So those things can happen. And, they were in command. They jumped out early. Right. Looked like it would be the type of night you would expect it, where they were up 15, and I think they put up, 26 points in the first 10 minutes or something like that, or even I think it might have been more than that. And then the offense started finding itself for William Jessup.
But one consistent factor tonight, Josh Braun. What have you seen from him we know what he's capable of, but it seems like he's coming back to his Josh Braun ways.
Yeah, I thought he was aggressive from the tip tonight and really looked for the shot early. I thought, I would have probably liked to see that continue even more. I think he tends to try to get other people involved too. Him and Casey Benson worked great together. I think one thing that we shouldn't lose is that Casey Benson had 10 assists, a career high with no turnovers.
And still nursing them both knees.
Yeah, still going through all the things where his shoulder's still bothering him and scored 12 points. And so, in Damari Milstead, I thought it continues to improve in that backup role, knocking down free throws every time he gets to the line. So there were some good things out of the game, but the way they shot the 3 coming out of the gates, I think 9 of their first 13 or something like that. We haven't seen them shoot the 3 like that in a long time, and we expected them to shoot like that coming into the season.
Yeah. And when you talk about defense, though, Medeiros coming up for the Warriors, what did you see from his game and what the team was struggling in defending him? Because no doubt they're going to face other strong players with different teams, and if you let them run away like that.
Yeah, I think that's a guy that they didn't expect to knock down those 3s. And, there's certain guys that they had marked on that team, and I don't think he was one that they want to deny 3s on everybody. And so they'll, of course, look at the film and not think that they were closing out as well. But to let any guy get loose for 4. And I think he had another one where he had it on the line for 5. So, I think Dan Marley's having a lot of those type of discussions right now. This wasn't a loss, but this seems to be a post-game discussion like a loss, because this feels a little bit like the New Mexico State game.
It is feeling a little like that. Normally, Dan, pretty close. We can barely get 1-2 questions out, and Dan Marley's right behind us. We've had a lot of time to talk. He's not walking through those doors. So, guys, we're going to send it back to you, and we're going to wait this one out and see what Marley has to say after it.
Yeah, it's a 16-point victory. They responded in the second half. Let's revisit your 3 keys before we get back to the post-game presser with Dan Marley.
Yeah, Coach Marley wants more, obviously, no doubt about that. And I think he wanted more strong play in this game consistently. But I thought they did a good job in the second half. They got on the glass. They were at +4 on the glass. Probably wanted that number in double figures, what he would have been looking for. I love the tempo of this game, though. They got up and down the floor. Obviously, we knew William Jessup could score, but they couldn't keep up with the Lopes at the end of the day. And then we talk about the bleacher creatures, the guys on the bench there. Coral kind of hit it, probably wanted to get more of those guys in there, but the guys that did come in played really well. They were combined 8 of 11. Those guys coming off the pine tonight, so phenomenal job with the guys that he was able to get into the game.
As Paul and Kate mentioned, William Jewell knocked off UMKC, another NAIA school. It's tough, I think. You try to tell your team not to realize what team you're facing and not to play down at that level. But they're going to realize that these guys are just going to come in and maybe take some chances and maybe play out of their game a little bit. And we saw that in the opening half. And some of these guys played really well. Medeiros and others really stepped it up for the Warriors. And this probably had the first time that they've ever been in an atmosphere like this. We heard from Louisville last year that they've never played. Donovan Mitchell this was the craziest place he's ever played in.
I was looking at their box room in their previous game. They played in front of 148 people. So there was first 10 minutes, they were a little shell-shocked, and they played like that.
All right, let's send it into the post-game presser with head coach Dan Marley.
To win this game. I'll give a lot of credit to those guys. They came out and just dismantled us. I guess we took the night off from playing defense. Very disappointing. Talked about it before the game, how we were ranked nationally defensively, how good we've been playing defensively. This is a chance to take a step forward, keep the momentum. Well, we took 4 steps backwards tonight. Shoot 65%, 10 for 19 from 3, and it's a struggle the whole game. They played really well. Can't guard them. Too quick for us. Our seniors have to step up. Casey was awful in the first half. Josh had 22 points, had 0 rebounds, didn't guard this podium. Keontae shouldn't even dressed. So that's very disappointing that our 3 seniors come out with a game like that. Casey picked it up in the second half, but not good enough. Alessandro, for a freshman, continues to score. He's got to get better, but he's a freshman. So very disappointed. But like I said, they played extremely well, played hard, took it to us.
What did you say to your team at the break at halftime?
I just don't know who you guys are. You have no pride. We talked about it. I said we're not guarding. Shooting the ball great, but you're not guarding, not rebounding. We talked about our rebounding. We got rebounded 32-28. They had 11 offensive rebounds. We had 6. So they weren't doing anything. And like I said, it's disappointing. And I understand sometimes a game like this, it happens, but we had talked about it for 3-4 days now about how we have to keep the momentum. We have to take a step forward and really get better tonight. But I have a hard time sometimes getting through, I guess. I don't know. Like, we run through everything in practice, and we get in a game, and they just forget about it defensively.
You talk about that senior leadership. It's not showing up on the score sheet here, but then have you seen in the past, are you expecting someone maybe at practice tomorrow?
Is Dwayne coming back? Like I told Keontae is our leader, our emotional leader, our vocal leader. And if he shows up and plays a game like that, Dwayne wouldn't have played like that. Dwayne doesn't matter if it's William Jessup or Louisville. He's going to play the same way. Keontae has a history of doing this, and that's not what we need. And like I said, Casey was terrible in the first half. Josh made shots, but he doesn't know where his guy is half the time and can't guard. So those are the 3 guys. And I'll just go to, Ollie every time. I can work with him. He's only been here for 5-6 months. Josh has been here for 5 years now. So I told those 3 guys they got to play. Oscar's got to play better. Defensively, he was terrible. Fifi, same mistakes with his ball handling and his passing. I've seen it for a year and a half now. It's got to change. And we work on it. But like I said, we won 96-80, good. But just a lackluster performance defensively. And like I said, you got to give them a lot of credit. They really took it to us. They played really well.
Coach, conference play on Saturday. What do you need to see this week to ensure that you guys are ready for?
I don't have to see anything this week. We'll do everything right in practice. I mean, we'll go in practice and we'll run the offense flawlessly. We go over it for 15 straight minutes. We'll run it flawlessly. Defensively, we'll get in a shell. We will do it perfectly. Everybody will be in the right spot. We'll talk about it. Everybody will be good. When the ball goes up, it's all out the window. So we'll work on it again for the next 3 or 4 days. I don't know what's going to happen Saturday. I mean, if we play like this, Utah Valley's a really good scoring team. They'll go to 130 on us. Like I said, we've been really good defensively all year. So, is this I don't know, but it shouldn't happen against a team, an NAI team that came in here with a 4-game losing streak.
What do you think it is that makes these guys revert back to their old style of play?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it's just a killer instinct. I don't think they take pride. Like I told them about our defensive stats. That's pride. You got to wear that. They can't take a night off. Good teams don't take nights off on defense. You have struggles on offense. We've always had struggles on offense, but you can play defense hard every night. So I don't know. I think it starts with our senior leaders, and right now they're not very good.
Could you almost see it just in changing ends after scores, like not getting back?
Transition's awful. Awful. Like I said, Ollie's a freshman. He runs back, doesn't know where the ball's at. Guys lose their, Josh never knows where his man is, ever. Guys just don't get back. It's not important enough to them. And we talk about it, just not important enough to them. They just think they can just jog back and everything's going to be okay.
You take something good out of 29 assists on 34 baskets?
We shot the ball extremely well. And we always pass it well. We average like 16 and a half assists or something. So we always move the ball pretty well. But I don't take anything well from this game. I mean, I said we're going to hang our hat on our defense and our rebounding. And those are the 2 things that we talked about. 3 things: defensive rebound, offensive rebounding, and defense. And turnovers. Second half we were okay in turnovers. I think we had 9 in the first half, so that wasn't very good either. So 3 out of the 4 things weren't very good.
I think Damari's handling the extended time.
He's doing all right. Like I said, he's another freshman, hasn't played all year. He's got to get a little more confidence. He's got to take care of the basketball. But he's a vocal kid. I know he tries. I know he wants to win. He's a worker. So I got no problem with any of the freshmen. I thought Roberts was fine. He makes mistakes, but like I said, they're freshmen. They haven't been here 5 years. They've been here for a couple months, and my freshmen are fine. I just got to teach them and yell at them and make sure that 5 years from now or 4 years from now, Ollie's not doing the same thing like Josh is.
Post-game comments from head coach Dan Marley. GCU heading to Orem this Saturday to take on Utah Valley for sole possession of 2nd place in the Western Athletic Conference. Our next GCU men's basketball game on your view will be February 1st when the Roos from UMKC travel here to Phoenix to take on the Lopes. Pregame starts at 6:30 with tip-off shortly after at 7. You can watch online at gcu.tv or listen to Michael Potter and Tom Kuiper on the Fanatic. 1580 AM, 99.3 FM, or 95.9 FM. But that'll do it from here at GCU Arena, where the Lopes did defeat the Warriors 96-80. Please join us again February 1st, GCU hosting UMKC. But until then, for Kate Longwood, Scott Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Barry Butel, wishing you a wonderful Tuesday night.